versus Liverpool at Anfield. If you're here for the match reaction, the link is in the video description. But if you are here for Manchester United versus Liverpool watch along, here we are a few minutes before team news comes in, and an absolutely massive game for Manchester United. I tell you what, I've been very, very quiet. For me, I've been very, very quiet on Twitter and everything today, because I think, you know, we've all got our reservations, we've all got our thoughts, and at the end of the day, we are, you know, we're going to have to wait and see what happens with Manchester United, obviously. So I'm not going to gob off. There's no reason. I don't have masses of confidence in this team. I don't think there's any reason to be confident, but I have a belief that we can do it. I do believe that we can do it. I mean, you know what? I was just watching the Arsenal game with great interest, because they've been behind twice against Southampton, and they've come back twice against Southampton. The points difference, if you still believe we can get top four, we are on 26 points. We are currently 8 points off Arsenal in 5th, and we are 8 points off Chelsea in 4th. Chelsea are 2-0 up against Brighton, so they're going to go. They've won. They've done their job. Spurs won yesterday. If Arsenal do come back and beat Southampton, we are going to be 11 points off 5th place and 4th place before we've even kicked a ball. So massive meaning that Manchester United get something today. I don't even think a draw is a great result in the context of us trying to get top four. Having said that, I don't believe we can get top four anyway. What today is about is, this is bloody Liverpool, right? This is Liverpool, and Arsenal's equaliser was very, very lucky. Najib says 8 points is too much. I believe it's too much as well. Smash a like on the button. Let's just try and get as many superstitions as we can behind Manchester United. 1,000 likes before kick-off. We've got to believe. And you know why I believe? I believe I can fly. I'm R. Kelly. No, I believe that children are the future. No, I believe that every drop of rain that falls. No, I believe that Manchester United can win this game today. And I believe that Manchester United can win this game today, for the simple reason that this is Liverpool. This is Liverpool. This is our biggest game of the season. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not afraid to even admit that Liverpool are our biggest game of the season, because it's always been the case. It's our biggest game of the season. We should be able to raise this. Manager, players, whoever, we should be able to raise our game today and get a result today. And that is what I'm expecting, and I'm almost demanding from Manchester United, that they get a result today for Manchester United, because that's what we've got to do. We've got to do it. And I believe that we can. It's going to be very, very difficult for us, but I believe that we can do it. Now, the link in the video description, as you can see up to my right, you've got NetBet. I'm going to play the video now. He says, £25 match for new customer offers if you bet through NetBet. Link is in the video description. Make sure that you are over 18 and do gamble responsibly. Thank you to NetBet for sponsoring the watch along today, working with us today. Remember, I don't even know what the odds are. I don't even know what odds you would get on a Manchester United win. Let me just have a quick look, because this will tell you a lot. We've still got a few minutes till kick off. Let's have a look what NetBet are saying for Manchester United today. Get your predictions. I would say United have got to be around 3-1, maybe even more. But let's have a look. Premier League is what we want. Football. Manchester United 21-4, which 6.30. Bloody hell! You put a tenner on United to beat Liverpool today and you get 53 quid back through NetBet. Even a draw, you put a tenner on, you get 42 quid back. Liverpool to win, 1.54. So you can put a tenner on Liverpool, you get £15.40 back, obviously including your £10 stake, £5.40 profit. £10 bet on a draw, and it's a draw, 32 quid profit. United win on a £10 bet, 53 quid profit. I mean, I've never seen United so big a bet. I've never seen United such a big bet, such big odds. I put a bet on United, Arsenal and Chelsea to win today, says Dylan Walsh. Thanks for the contribution, Dylan. I would imagine you got pretty good odds on that. I would imagine you did. But link is in the video description. That's massive odds. I don't know whether anybody else is doing that, but certainly the link is in the video description to use NetBet. You've got to be over 18. Please do gamble responsibly. You can get Manchester United at massive odds there. What else was I going to talk about? Look, yeah, just take a look below the Liverpool and Manchester United bit below me. I mean, you've got your last 5 Premier League games there. Liverpool, 5 greens, 5 wins in a row. Manchester United, we've got 1 win in 5. I mean, you don't need a weatherman to tell you that it is raining outside at the moment in the UK, and you do not need a weatherman to tell you that Manchester United's odds of winning this are difficult. But kickoff is at 4. Hi says kickoff at 4, not 4 today, Mark. The kickoff is at 4 o'clock. Yeah, we know that. Tell me something we don't know. We are definitely kicking off at 4 o'clock. The team news is not in yet. I mean, that's the predicted team news to my right. Who knows? Martial, I think, is fit. That would mean Rashford up front, surely. He's got to play over Lukaku. The Mertz has made a contribution. He says Manchester United to win this game 3-2. I tell you what, mate. I will give you a Manchester United shirt for free if Manchester United win this game 3-2. We won't score 3 goals. I don't think we'll score 3 goals in the next 2 games, let alone at Anfield. We won't score 3 goals. I can't see Liverpool are good defensively and we don't create chances. I think if United are going to win this game, maximum 2-1, more likely 1-0. And how are we going to keep a clean sheet? But my hope in this game is that when we went to Stamford Bridge, everyone said Chelsea are going to beat us. When Arsenal came to Old Trafford, Arsenal are going to beat us. We got 2 draws out of that game. So I'm hopeful that we can do it. But I thought Arsenal had scored here. They've got a chance. So Aubameyang into Lacazette. And they've got rid of it. Southampton well cleared. Pogba's dropped, says FaZe Mahmood. If Pogba is dropped, I think that is a massive, massive mistake by Manchester United. I've got to say, I think it really is. But, you know, who knows? Today could be the day where Jose Mourinho is sacked. Some people think if we lose today, he will be gone. I don't personally see it. I really don't see it. But maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Give us your score predictions. I am still thinking, I'm still going to believe. There's no reason to believe, but I believe. Believe is the word, because believe is all we've got. Belief and hope is all we've got in this game. And the reality is, with Chelsea winning 2-0 at Brighton, that puts us 11 points off 4th place before the game has even kicked off for us. Arsenal result is sort of redundant because they're 5th. We're looking at 4th. We're not looking at 5th. So we've got to do it. We've got to do it. It's a 4 o'clock kickoff. There's a few people saying it's a 4:30 kickoff. I mean, Brighton have got a goal back, so you never know. We might get lucky. But team news is what we're all waiting for in the first instance here, and I hope to see Paul Pogba playing. My predicted lineup obviously doesn't have Pogba in it, but I really hope that we do see Paul Pogba in it. Mr. Fry says you're so negative. Mr. Fry, you're probably going to find yourself removed from the live comments by our moderators at some point if you keep spouting out fake news. I've been live for about 8 minutes and I've not been negative at all. I've been talking about belief. Now, the reality is, facts. The facts are there for you. Look at the wins under Liverpool, above Liverpool's names. Look how many wins are above our names. We're away from home. We're against top of the league. We are massively behind the teams above us. We are playing awful football. It's not negative to think today could be a very difficult game for us. But I'm just hoping that it's a performance from Manchester United that befits a game like this for Manchester United. Because it's our biggest rival. It's our biggest rival in Liverpool, and we can stop them going top of the league. If they were to win today, they go back to top of the league. There's so many factors there for Manchester United to stop this game today, and that for me is the most important thing. We've got to stop Liverpool from winning this game of football, and I think we can. I do believe we can. Minnie says, if you want negative, come talk to me. Look. there might be reason to be negative after the game, but this is our biggest game of the season, and I'm willing to cut the players and the manager a bit of slack for 90 minutes. I believe Jose Mourinho should be sacked as Manchester United manager. I've said it numerous times, but today isn't really about that. This is Manchester United versus Liverpool. It's the game of the season I look forward to the most. Pogba is apparently on the bench, which I find ridiculous, but I'm not surprised. I think it was hinted at a long time ago, a few days ago to be honest, that Paul Pogba would not play in this game, and I think that is going to be abundantly clear again. Please do drop a like on the video, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Team news is about to come in any second. Reports are that Paul Pogba has been dropped. That would be quite some news if it is true. Not a shock, because he has been dropped before, but I personally would have played him in this game. I think it's a dangerous thing for Jose Mourinho to do, to drop him, because by dropping him, you are effectively saying that he's not a first teamer for you. So I'm quite surprised by that. But team news should be coming in now. I'm just about to get it officially for you. I always have to change the team news, don't I? So here we go. 10 changes to the team in the week. No Pogba. Darmian. Delo. Bloody hell. Why do Manchester United force you to an app? Okay, so we've got De Gea, Delo, Smalling, Lindelof and Darmian. Ander Herrera, Matic, Lingard, Rashford, Ashley Young, Lukaku. Oh, it's a shit team. I'm worried. That's a shit team. It really is. Absolutely crap. Martial on the bench. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Why would you do that? Why would you drop Martial? I don't get it. I really don't get it most of the time with Jose Mourinho anymore. It's just madness. Why would you play Lukaku? Why would you play bloody Lukaku? In a game of this magnitude, why are you playing Lukaku? It's like being down to 10 men. On the bench, you've got Eric Bailly, Valencia, Fellaini, Mata, Pogba and Martial. So Luke Shaw's not made it. Delo has, which is a positive. I'm pleased with that. But I'm not happy with Martial being on the bench. I personally would have played Pogba as well, but the Martial one annoys me. Ross, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do, mate. You alright?
Look, I think this game's going to be hard enough, and I choose to believe that we can do something against Liverpool because we have to. But I've got to be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed with that lineup, because it looks to me like we may be playing a 3-5-2. Unless we're playing Ashley Young on the wing again. It's hard to grasp what we're doing. I'm just going to change the lineup for everybody, but De Gea, Delo, Smalling, Lindelof, Darmian, Herrera, Matic, Rashford, Lingard, Young, Lukaku. I mean, what's your initial thoughts on that?
I can't work out what formation it is, to be honest.
No.
If it is a three at the back, I do worry with Darmian in a central role. I think it has to be a three at the back. Ashley Young can't get forward. I'm disappointed, and I think I'm disappointed for different reasons to you, to be honest. I wanted to see Mata play today. Turned Anfield into Wanfield once upon a time. Martial maybe a little bit injured or just come back, I don't know. But Pogba I'm on board with. To be honest, I'm on the fence with it. I don't really care if he plays or if he doesn't. But I am disappointed to see Lukaku up top, because that means Rashford isn't playing as a striker, if you ask me, and that's disappointing, because I've been one of his biggest critics, to be honest. But in recent weeks, he's really turned a corner for me, and I think at this moment in time, he's playing much better than Lukaku up top.
I'll tell you what, Southampton just scored. The female linesman's got her flag up. Yeah, she's got it right. Not that she shouldn't get it right because she's a female, but she has got it right. The Mert says, take my score out now that Martial is out. Jose wants to lose. And Kai Boo says, in my opinion, Pogba swans around, showing little in the way of effort, persistently showboats and loses possession, and then makes comments blaming the manager. Take personal responsibility, man. I mean, yeah, no Paul Pogba, Ross. Is that something that you... I'm not surprised about it. I just think that I do think it's wrong that Paul Pogba can't get in the United team against Liverpool. But that's the manager's mistake. This is why he should be sacked for me. He's not picking the best player in our team. He's not getting the best out of our player in our best out of the best player in our team. I've got to be honest. I'm not surprised he's not starting.
I think it'd be more of a risk to play him, just given how he's been, his form, and his history in big games, especially against Liverpool. I don't see him ever have a good game against Liverpool, to be honest. The safer bet is what he's gone with. I know the manager's not getting the best out of him, and I totally agree, and I think Jose should be sacked, but I just think that there's no excuse for laziness on the pitch, and that's what he is to me. He's lazy. And we'll talk about static Matic, which is what he is. Pogba is not much more mobile, and people may quaff at that or say that that's completely untrue. Players run past Pogba just as quick as they run past Matic. Defensively, he's absolutely trash. Look, he's creative. He does pass the ball forward. I love that. But it's not hard to turn that defensive game, part of your game, into something, and he's not doing it. So it is safer to me to play, Matic, Herrera. Martial is disappointing though. But
yeah, that was the one I was going to come back to next.
It's a strong bench. Strong bench.
It is a strong bench, but that's the one that, I'm not surprised Pogba's dropped. I would have played Pogba, but, I can see both sides of the coin. And, he's certainly not playing to the best of his capabilities. My comeback is always what you just said. Well, when you spoke about Matic there, is that, maybe Pogba's not played that well, but Matic has been crap for 8 months and still plays every week. But the Martial one disappoints me the most. I mean, this is the guy who scores goals for fun. I don't think he's been playing brilliant for 2 months, but he scores goals. You got Lukaku, who's been an absolute embarrassment. And to be honest with you, that performance against Valencia was probably one of the worst striker performances I've ever seen in the United shirt. It was diabolical. And yet here he is, starting again at Anfield, and Anthony Martial, who's got himself back fit for this game. There are some players who are injured, not put themselves forward for this game. I'm not saying they're not injured, but let's see if Luke Shaw's back for the Cardiff game, because he ain't back today, and we needed him. So Martial gets himself back, and he's on the bench, and Lukaku starts. Now, maybe he's not fully fit, I don't know. But that, for me, is I would have to trust... Jose, I always said this. It's the first opportunity he's got, he will drop Martial to get Lukaku in the team, and that's the way I'm taking it today.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It really is. Lukaku hasn't really done much for us at all season. Rashford looked lively when he came on against Valencia. He's looked lively in the past 6 weeks, if you ask me. And he looks better in the box. He's getting on the end of headers at Valencia. I mean, it's crazy. Lukaku can't even do that at the minute. That is disappointing. And if it wasn't Martial today, I'd have played Mata instead and just stuck Rashford up top. So I think he's made the wrong call twice.
Do you give us any hope of winning the game today? I mean, where do you stand on that?
I do actually, because of the fixture. I think on paper and in form, Liverpool destroy us today. Absolutely destroy us. I think the 5 at the back is a clever move, and it's a move that he needed to make today, because I think if he'd have played the same formation, same tactics, would have just got destroyed. So he's countered them a little bit. I like that. And form does go out the window in these fixtures. There's a lot of not flair, but there's a lot of passion on the pitch, I should say, especially with Ferreira on there, passion merchant.
Yeah.
But I think it could be a spicy one. Look, it pains me to say it. Their 11's better than our 11. It should never be like that, but it is. They're a better team. They're at home. The bookies, I saw your thing earlier. They're right to give United them long odds of winning the game. They're absolutely spot on for doing it, but you can't write us off. You can't. And this is a must-win game for United, which is
draw's not... I mean, I'll be happy with a draw. I was saying that. I'll be happy with a draw because it stops Liverpool going top, but that's a really small mentality. Chelsea are winning at the moment. Arsenal are drawing. If Brighton get a late goal, there's a little bit of a gap there that if we could get a great result against Liverpool with the games we're coming... I mean, I don't think we can get top 4, but a draw is not good enough for Manchester United today. We've got to win, which sounds ridiculous. I mean, I'll take a draw as a small victory of stopping Liverpool going top, but we've got to win today.
Yeah, I saw listening to you earlier as well about Jose. Should get sacked as doesn't win this game, to be honest. I think that's where we should be as a club. If this was Real Madrid, Jose had gone 6 weeks ago. he should get sacked if we lose this game today. This should be everything on the line. We won't do that because Manchester United, we've got different morals to different clubs, which is great in some senses. But when it's like, days like today or weeks like we've had,
got your message.
This whole United club is, we look after our managers. I don't want it. Just get rid of him. Get someone else. That's what the best clubs in Europe are doing at the minute. I know we've done things differently in the past, but that was because we had an absolute one-off manager, the best manager that's ever walked the earth, I believe. It's not going to happen again. And we can't run our club based on the Sir Alex Ferguson way, because that will never happen again.
Definitely. Just the team news is now right on the right-hand side to me. I don't know whether the formation is. I think with Ross, I think it might be a 3-5-2. But it's De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Lindelof, Darmian, Herrera, Matic, Rashford, Lingard, Young, Lukaku. I'm just thinking, because the way United have ordered the players, that maybe Young is playing further forward. Which wouldn't make any sense when you've got people like Martial on the bench and Pogba and Mata on the bench. I agree with Ross. I would have played Mata if we're playing that way. So I think it will be a 3-5-2 with Darmian, Lindelof and Smalling as the three. Young left wing back, Dalot right wing back, Herrera, Matic and Lingard as a midfield three, with Rashford playing off Lukaku up front. And hopefully we do play that way, because we seem to play better with that. The bench is strong, as Ross said. Romero, Bailly, Valencia, Fellaini, Mata, Pogba, Martial. Massively disappointed not to see Martial starting the game. I think that is a real disappointment. But so is having Jose as your manager. A Dalot right winger today, says Hannibal Wolf. I doubt he'll be right winger. I think he may well be a right wing back. But the reality is that when it comes to this game today, we are looking. I think the only way, and there's a great comment there from Joe Barrett, says it's because Mark is too defensive. Mark, well, I think it means Jose. We can only approach this game in a defensive way, and that's something I know. I don't defend Jose much anymore, but if you were manager of Manchester United, Ross, or anybody at home, it's all right saying, "Oh, I'm embarrassed by the way the lineup and this, that, and the other." And yeah, I think I would have picked a different lineup, but going into this game with the form we've been in, it's sad, but I do believe there's only one way we can go into this game, and that is to try and stop them scoring and nick a goal ourselves. When we're not going to turn up and play like, better than Liverpool. They've been a better team than us for over a year. They're well drilled. They play the Klopp way. They're a good footballing team. One thing we are not is a good footballing team. We're a very, very poor footballing team. So to go to Anfield, we either need some miraculous one-off performance of brilliant football, or we're going to have to work really hard, somehow keep a clean sheet and nick a goal. And I hate to say it, but I am an advocate of that. I agree that that's the only way to approach it. Now, the bigger picture is, why is that the only way we can approach it? And that's obviously because of the manager and the tactics he brings to our club. But as an isolated result, I think there is only one way that we can win this game, and that is to effectively try and park the bus, which we've done twice before. So maybe we can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's spot on. That's what he's done. Because obviously, I think Young will be a wing back, and if Salah gets past Young, you got insurance, you got Dalot, and that's kind of what that three at the back gives you. It's mainly a five at the back, but Jose is that manager, though, Mark. That's his tactics, and it doesn't matter if he's Real Madrid, if he's anyone. That's his tactics. Stop the other team first, and then we'll get a goal up the other end. The issue he's got at United, he ain't got the players to stop the team, and he ain't got the players to score at the other end. We kind of wanted Jose to adapt a little bit, buy into the United way, change his style. I blindly thought that would happen. He's not going to do it. He will always revert back to this: stop the club, stop the other team first, and then we'll sort out what we're going to do. It's like an afterthought, really. But when you haven't got the players, when you've got Smalling...
Oh, Southampton have won it! And it's onside this time. I mean, I don't know why I'm getting excited. It's just funny to see Arsenal losing. But, obviously we're a lot worse than that. But Southampton have won it late. Well, they've just scored in the 85th minute. So, yeah, just going back, I mean, it depends if Chelsea hang on or not. But if Chelsea don't hang on, it's... there's a glimmer there, Ross. Go on. I've just jumped in on what you were saying.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's a meaningless game, really, though, unless we win today. But yeah, I was just basically saying Jose's a negative manager, and that's what he's always going to be. But it works at better teams when he's got better players, but it won't work at United with Smalling.
Definitely. Well, it's interesting with Arsenal, isn't it? 2 weeks ago, they were boasting about winning the London Derby, and now they're 5 points behind Spurs. But defensively, a bit of a joke. But I did say Arsenal wouldn't get top four. I'm also saying we're not going to get top four anyway. What is your score prediction, Ross, then, to put you on the spot?
1-0.
To United?
That's all I can go. I'm going to have to go for United win, even if my head's saying different otherwise in a Liverpool derby. But 1-0. It's not going to be a lot of goals in this game, especially the way Jose set them up. Looking for a set piece, of maybe an Ashley Young free kick.
Well, that's it. I mean, those people who never say never. I was talking to my stepdad this morning. He was like, "Oh, you're going to get stuffed today," and I said, "Yeah, but look at the Juventus game." And I had a funny feeling. I tweeted about 2 hours before that game, I've got a funny feeling we're going to get a big result today. I've got to be honest with everybody and say I haven't got that funny feeling today. I'm not going to put that out there. I haven't got a funny feeling that we're going to win today. But I would agree with Ross and those people who are going for the win that we can win it. A lot of things need to go our way, but they did injure in. And I think the great thing about it, Ross, for me, is that I said this to Craig, the Liverpool fan we had the other night. The pressure is on Liverpool. I don't care what anybody says. Who's giving us a chance? What pundit, what fan is saying we're going to go there and win? Other than people like yourself who are just hoping for a result. There's no logic to a United result. Liverpool, I can't think of a time. I don't know whether you can. I can't think of a time when United have gone to Anfield so big underdogs. I know we went there with Moyes, but we were the champions with Moyes. Not because he got us champions, but we were. Van Gaal went there and got results. So I think this is the first time in my life that we've been to Anfield as such big underdogs, because I don't really remember the 80s. I was very young. That just shows you about how far... It's sad in a way that that's how far we've fallen as a club, but it does put the pressure onto Liverpool.
It's a really good point, actually, because under Van Gaal, we were underdogs to a point, but it was only because of home advantage. At the time, we were still a bigger club than them, better team, just underperforming. Yeah, you're right. This is the first time ever in my life. Liverpool it's horrible to say, and it's not anti-United, but they're a better run club with a better manager, with better players. And you could argue a better youth setup because they know that they're going to get game time, and that's what youth's all about. So,
well, look at Spurs yesterday. Didn't he play an 18-year-old? He's got an injury crisis and he plays an 18-year-old. I mean, I think Jose Mourinho would pick himself before an 18-year-old if he had an injury crisis. And that's the thing, isn't it? I did a video yesterday about Zidane and Koulibaly, and I was like, well, 90 million gets you Koulibaly, who's one of the best available centre-backs in the world. And Zinedine Zidane, whatever people think about him, he's free. So at the moment, there are options out there for our board to change things. And I've sort of gone beyond Mourinho now. I mean, Mourinho needs to be sacked, of course. But there are options there. And I think a lot of people need to now be looking at the board and saying, why are you not sorting this issue out? It's not fluke that we are miles off the top five. We are where we are because we are sinking. There's more than one hole in this boat and we are sinking. At what point are you going to mend it? Because I don't think anybody really thinks that the current setup manager is going to change this situation. And none more so is that reflected by the fact that here we are in a massive game today. And whatever you think about Paul Pogba, he is our best player and we're not getting the best out of him. And that to me, there's a bit of that goes down to Pogba, but there's a lot of that goes to the manager. Martial's not in the team. Fred's not even on the bench again. Pereira's not there. Now, they played rubbish in midweek, but I think that's because he hasn't kept them match fit. You got Matteo Darmian playing in a game like this, and I think this is a player you were trying to sell in the summer. And now he's playing in a game like this because you fell out with Valencia because he liked an Instagram post. It's like the mess runs deep in this club. And at some point, the board have got to make changes because there are options out there to do it.
The good news is McTominay's been liking dodgy Instagram posts, so hopefully it was in the back of him.
I don't know whether he's injured or not, but you might be right onto that. He did like something in the week, and there he's not on the bench, so there you go.
There you go. I mean, I can't... You're right, the state of where we're at and what the board should be doing. But I cannot believe at any point in my lifetime I've seen Manchester United as a club not being able to just handpick Tottenham's manager. Because Tottenham have always been a shit club, to be honest. And managers should be jumping at the opportunity to join United. And I don't think they are. It's become a little bit of a poison chalice. It's become like the England job, to be honest. So I think our next manager of choice has got to be very clever. And I haven't heard a lot from Zidane's camp. I know he keeps getting mentioned, but you've got to ask yourself the question, would Zidane actually want to come to Manchester United? Because at the minute, it seems to just be a pit hole for managers who are not going to get the players they want. They're not going to get the backing. I don't think it's a desirable job at the minute.
Just looking at the league table at the moment, there's, Arsenal at best are going to get a draw today, which will put them up. Well, they're on 34 points at the moment. They could go up to 35, which would be 9 points behind us before kick-off. Chelsea are holding on at Brighton at the moment. I mean, results really could have gone our way this weekend, Ross. I mean, you think about that Spurs late winner. They did win, though. And you look at Chelsea at the moment, they are hanging on to a 2-1, which they're in fourth place. They go up to 37 points, which is 11 points ahead of us at the moment. So, even if we got a draw, we've lost 2 points, and we'd be 10 points off fourth. So, for me, look, if we can somehow get a result today, you've got to say that it would be absolutely hilarious. And I just hope that there is the pressure. I think the thing that worries me the most is, I don't know whether you watched the Napoli game, but Napoli actually did create chances in that game. And I think Liverpool showed them a lot of respect. I don't know whether we will try and attack as much as Napoli. And I actually don't think they're going to show us a lot of respect. So to pull off a result today, let's hope that we can do it. But I just hope that Liverpool maybe start to feel a bit of pressure themselves. They are top. It's the biggest opportunity. It's the biggest time they've ever been favourites against us. And I think, as you were saying before, it is this. I know Manchester United's a derby, and Everton, Liverpool's a derby. But for me, this is the biggest derby. And I know we're not from the same city, but it is the biggest game on the English calendar, and it can be a great leveller. And I'm just hoping that the likes of Rashford and Lingard, who will know what it's all about, they can help spur the team on to something that at the moment just seems a little bit unlikely, I've got to say.
It is it's hands down the biggest rivalry. And for anyone that doesn't know, you can go back in history and search about all the shipping and all the import-export that happened between the two cities. There's been a rivalry that goes beyond football, to be honest. And obviously the football clubs brought that on with the various successes that they've had. You're right in what you said earlier before I come on, that everything does go out the window. And even this negativity towards Jose is out the window today. If I was on that sideline, I'd be clapping in, trying to get the team going, because this means more than the longer process. So Jose's got my back in today regardless. Doesn't mean I want him in. Doesn't mean I'm going to back him after the game. But if he pulls it off today, he will get a round of applause from me, and I'll have to say well done. Doesn't mean I want him permanently, but do you know what? In a crap time like this, he may just be able to pull it off. He did it against Juventus, like you said. So can he do it again?
There's a good question I want to ask you here. Nicholas P says we concede 1.6 goals per game, 2 clean sheets all season. The famous bus parking tactic is long gone. It's a great point from Nicholas. Thanks for the contribution. But Jens Borville's made a good point that none of us have spoken about. He said it's a nice way of easing Lindelof into the team, which I haven't actually got him in the team. I need to change that, because it is Lindelof and Smalling as centre-backs. It's not Lindelof and Bailly. And Roy Keane, simply the best, says I have a €20 bet on United, €100 if we win. Yes. Well, link in the video description. Get yourself on NetBet. They will match up to £25 first bet. Link is in the video description for there. They are giving United at around 5-1, which is massive. If you put a tenner on there, you'll get 60 quid. If you put 20 quid on there, you're going to get 140 quid. So link in the video description. You've got to be over 18. Please do gamble responsibly. You can also get the draw at a very good price as well. I think it's 4-1. So you put a tenner on there, you get 40 quid, including your tenner back. So, massive odds for Manchester United. But the Lindelof thing, Ross, is very interesting that, he had a bad injury. He's obviously, shown that steel to come back. He has been one of our best defenders this season. He's played very, very well with Smalling. And Mourinho, obviously very, very eager to get him back in there, that he'll throw him into a game of this magnitude, which is a bit of a surprise, really. So I hope he does, I hope we aren't throwing him back in there not fully fit, because we have got Eric Bailly. So I would presume he is fully fit, and hopefully he can make a difference for us, because he was very good before the injury.
Yeah, this is the sort of game that can suit Lindelof as well, because when we play a high line with their spacing behind him, and he's playing against physical strikers, he does struggle. But in situations like this, if we do park the bus a little bit, similar to how Sweden play, he can really come into his own. And his actual reading of the game, his tackling, I think, is very good. He just gets out-muscled too much and get caught out of position a little bit sometimes when he plays such a high line. I'm really excited to actually watch him today. I really like watching Lindelof because you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. You'll either get world-class or completely trash. And I'm really surprised Dallow's playing today as well. I didn't think Jose would throw him in. Shows a lot of faith in a player that hasn't really played a lot of football. Again, I'm really excited to watch him. I actually really love watching him. I remember under Moyes, he's getting so frustrated that United put in too many crosses. Now we don't do any. We've gone completely away from that. And it's nice to have a player on the pitch that gets the ball and his first thing to think about is crossing it. And Lukaku should be aware of that today because that's going to be where he gets his chances. But he needs to create the movement. There's no point Dalot putting the ball in the box to just a statue. If his movement's right, there's going to be opportunities there. He's just got to take them. But yeah, Dalot and Lindelof today are going to be interesting to watch.
Arsenal have lost 3-2. But Chelsea have won 2-1. So the situation is, as we pretty much predicted was going to be the situation, that we are now 11 points off top four. We're still 8 points off fifth. We could close that gap down, but 11 points off fourth. That has increased. So we were 11 points off fourth place before we kick a ball. We were 8 points off this morning. We're now 11 points with Chelsea winning. Arsenal losing. I mean, I cannot, there'll be a lot of people laughing about Arsenal losing. This lad they've brought in, I forget his name, Southampton, but I was driving back from London last week when I did the show with Flex on the Sunday night show and I had Talk Sport on. And they had somebody on from Germany saying they were very surprised that this manager's gone to Southampton because he's well regarded in Germany, but he obviously wants to further his career. He's took a Premier League job, which is always high focus, and he said, he's a very well organised manager, and he will get Southampton rocking. And this is it for me. This is the thing about changing your manager. Southampton were muck. They should have beaten us, even with Mark Hughes. They were a poor side. And then they've got this manager in and they've just beaten Arsenal. And whatever you say about Arsenal are a second half team. When that was it 2-1 at half time? I really thought Arsenal, when they got to 2-2, they'll go on and win it. And Southampton came through stronger, had a goal disallowed, and then they won it as well. And that's what a management change can mean, Ross. It's like, we don't do it. We haven't done it. And I think we've left it too late now. But I think it just shows you there are decent managers out there. Andrew Rossi says, I don't understand how Mata doesn't make this starting 11. His abilities on free kicks alone should warrant a start. I think that's more about energy, Ross, isn't it? Mata's not really, he hasn't got the pace. And I think that's just an admission from Mourinho that we're going to be doing a lot of defending.
Look, you said it, I said it. I wanted Mata to start today massively. But there is this risk with him that it either, again, a bit like what I said about Lindelof, it either really works and he's so instrumental in the team and, we put in a good performance, or he just disappears completely. And you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. But what he does bring, actually, is when you're back against the wall or the team is not quite working, you put him on and he just seems to turn United completely. He's such a great substitute to have. So is Martial as well. We'll be seeing Mata today. And if we start playing crap, we'll see him, sooner rather than later. But I'll be looking at Lukaku Martial sub from the minute one, to be honest. That's the sub that I'll be looking at, especially if we've got no goals. This is a huge game for Lukaku because there was this Lukaku doesn't turn bottles all the big games, and he scored that one goal against Chelsea, and apparently he shrugged that off. He hasn't shrugged it off for me. He never turns up for the big games, Lukaku. Is another opportunity today. Regardless, you ain't even got to score. Just put in a good performance, get your movement going. But yeah, like you said, mate, what I saw against Valencia, I can't really see him turning it round today.
Well, I think we've just got to assume that Anthony Martial's not fully fit because there's no part of me that understands why Lukaku would play when he was so crap against Valencia. And I felt sorry for. I mean, I don't think Fred and Pereira played particularly well because they didn't look very match fit. But I thought Pogba did okay, and I saw him at times, and he's definitely looking up and going, "Oh, have I got to pass it to him? It's either going to bounce off him." or if he does control it, he's going to pass it to a Valencia player anyway. And what people don't realise about that with Lukaku is we all laugh about his first touch and everything. But actually, this is why we don't create many chances, because we haven't got somebody who is in that front position to hold the ball up. But very quickly on Pogba, I mean, the second game in a row, all right, at home to Fulham, bottom of the league, he's dropped. You think, well, that's a bit of a message. Today, dropped, biggest game of the season. That's beyond a message. That's like Mourinho saying, look, I don't want you in my team. What do you think the future solution is for this now? Because I personally thought he would start today. I thought, the kick up the arse is the safe game at home against bottom of the league. You're going to win it anyway. But to go to Liverpool away, toughest game of the season so far, and to say I'm not going to do it without Paul Pogba, that's a big statement from Mourinho, and it will certainly hurt Pogba, who we think wants to go anyway. So what do you think the future is with that?
Pogba, it's all up to Pogba for me. He's got the beauty of foresight, because he's seen it happen to Shaw and he's seen it happen to Martial. He knows how to get around this. He knows how to get through it. Now it's up to him, to be honest, if he wants to. Do it for Jose or do it for the club. Look, if he loves United deep down, he'll repair this with Jose, even if he thinks he is trash. We all think he's trash.
But to come in on there as a sort of, well, not a devil's advocate, it's my opinion. What if Pogba can't be what Jose Mourinho wants him to be? Because to be honest, Mourinho can't be what Pogba wants him to be. I think Mourinho wants a midfielder that's probably Herrera, and I don't think Pogba's that. I think Pogba's the third midfielder who's got more licence to roam, and I don't think Mourinho has that in his team. So I just think, I don't know what your thoughts are, I just don't think it's a problem that's ever going to be solved. Yeah, Pogba might come back like Luke Shaw did for a couple of games, but I think he'll drift back into what he's been the last few weeks, inconsistent, because I don't think the system that Mourinho wants to play suits Pogba, and I don't think Pogba's the sort of player that Mourinho wants. I think one of them, for me, will go, if not both.
Look, to be really, there's a lot of Pogba fans, so I'm probably going to get hammered for this, but I speak to a lot, like you probably do, I speak to a lot of other fans from a lot of other clubs to get their opinion on what they think is wrong with United, and they all, especially my dad, turns around and goes, that Paul Pogba is not fit for the Premier League. He's just, the game passes him by. And I don't think that's got much to do with Jose. I think that's him. I think he'd be great in the Italian league, where he's got luxury, he's got time. The Premier League football has changed. It's changed into this Liverpool style of football. It's fast paced. You need to close down. You need to be quick, fit. He's not that. Pogba wants time on the ball. He wants to pick his pass. He wants to do some tricks. He doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to close people down. He doesn't want to tackle. That's what Paul Pogba is. If he went back to Juventus today, do you know what? I think he struggled to get in their team, if you ask me. But he's not suited to the Premier League, if you ask me. And that happens to players. It's not Paul Pogba's fault. We saw it with Veron. We saw it with loads of footballers. Sometimes you're just not fit to play in the Premier League, and I think Pogba fits that mould.
Definitely.
That's my opinion on him.
I'm just putting a tweet out here. Back before. I'm just saying, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I personally do think it will end up with one of them going, and for me, I want Mourinho to go more than I want Pogba to go. I would like to see Pogba under another manager and see if that change in system helps Paul Pogba, because I think it will do. But if it doesn't, then we can say go. Jose's gone with passion over quality. Hopefully it pays off, says Druv Asher. That's a really good point. I was just saying there about Lukaku. He owes the team. He owes a performance today. Maybe Martial's not fit, and that's why we've got to play Lukaku. He owes the team a performance today, Ross, because we are going to be under a lot of pressure today, and that's very sapping for a team that I don't think is as good defensively, which has been proven, without Farrier organising it. So Lukaku's role today, he's got to hold the ball up. He's got to relieve the pressure on the back four. You've played football, I've played football, a lot of people at home will have played football. And when you're defending against a team that's coming at you really hard all the time, you need a break. You need a break. You need to get your head fixed. You need to get a breather. If Lukaku's bouncing the ball off him and he's not holding it up, we're not getting a break. He's got to hold that ball up today. Absolutely essential.
Yeah, he owes it to us. He owes it to the club. He owes it to himself. I found it really laughable when I see these rumours that Lukaku wants out of United. I get it with Pogba. Pogba could, with his reputation and with his talent, could walk into most teams around Europe quite easily. Lukaku won't. If Lukaku leaves United, now, just say today he left United, he's going back to an Everton. He's going to a lower league club. No, none of the big hitters in Europe would pick Lukaku up now. So his career, for me, is in a defining moment. He needs to nail this spot down at United now. Jose's given him way too many chances, if you ask me. But that's not for me to dictate. What he needs to do is start taking these chances. I'm worried about his career, to be honest, because he will end up back at an Everton on a low salary, and United won't get half the money we paid for him.
I was going to say, until you said the United bit at the end, I was like, what are you worried about him for? Anyway, Ross, thanks. I've taken up more than enough of your time. Thanks for popping on and giving us your thoughts on the team news. You're going for the 1-0 win to United.
I am.
Good.
Sticking with it, mate.
Well, thanks for coming on, pal. I really appreciate it, as usual, and I hope it goes our way.
Yeah, me too. I'll speak to you a bit later on. Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate. And you can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazza90, which is at HAZZA90. Do give him a follow, and really appreciate Ross coming on. Nicholas P says, Pogba in a great team, he would be the icing on the cake. It's evident when we start to put passes together and play well in desperation, he comes alive and provides that killer assist or moment of magic. And bit off topic, says Zachary Purvis, with everyone asking for transfers, why not save the money and bring some of that out on loan youth kids? Pereira at CDM, Axel, Timbo, Bay at centre-back, John Gomez right wing. Thoughts? I mean, Zachary, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one, but we've got to have a manager who wants to use that young talent. And also, I've got to be honest and say, is all that young talent really good enough? I think there's big questions over Timothy Fosu-Mensah now. And I was a big fan of Fosu-Mensah, but it's not gone as well as it should have gone at Palace, and it's not gone as well as it should have done at Fulham either. So, there is that question mark. I think the change of manager is the thing that needs to happen at Manchester United. And old Brownie says, Ross forgot the City win already that was only won because of Pogba. Stupid. Says, you're there. Yeah, you're right. I'm a fan of Pogba. Druff, Asher, Jose's gone with passion. Yeah, we read that one. Blind scored 3 today. Let that sink in. Hashtag Jose out, says John G. Daily Blind scored 3 today. Bloody hell. If you could choose a legend from Manchester United, who will it be? Hannibal Wolf. Prime legend to come back into this team, it'd have to be Roy Keane. You'd have to be thinking Vidic, Ferdinand or Keane, because that's the 3 positions that I think everybody agrees. I mean, it'd be nice to have Ronaldo, but what Ronaldo be stood up front frustrated in this team. I think, you could even talk Rooney, brilliant thing about Rooney, as I've said before, he can play more, he changes positions more times than a porn star with bad back, but for me it would be Roy Keane. Stick him in the CDM, and he's a captain, so not only do you get a great CDM, a world-class CDM, you also get a captain as well. It'd be Roy Keane for me, prime. Nice way of easing. Yeah, we've read that one. Okay, so thanks everyone who's made the contributions. Remember, you can do that through the $ at the bottom of the live chat. Make sure you leave us something to read out as well. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're going to try and get to 313,000 subscribers today, so please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we've got the call-in after the show tonight. We've got fan cams after the show tonight. We are live with you all the way through till full time. Then we've got my match reaction. There is loads going on the United stand today, and remember, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning, keep this in your diary, we will be live. Whether you're at work, pop to the toilet, school, whatever, 10:30 tomorrow morning, we are live. It's the Champions League draw, and we are in it. So let's milk it while we're in it. It's probably the only Champions League draw we're going to be in for probably a couple of seasons now. So we'll be live tomorrow morning at 10:30 for that. So loads going on the United Time stand. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get your notifications on with your bell and join the United Stand and get involved. Also, please share the video. Please share the video. There's a share button underneath. 2 clicks. You can share it on Twitter, on Facebook. And if you are new, please subscribe and get involved. And we haven't got 1,000 likes yet. 1,000 likes before kickoff. Let's see if we can get a bit of superstition on our way. Right, I'm just going to have a little sip of water. So I'm just going to play this for you. Remember the links in the video description for NetBet. But here you go. That's a new customer offer with NetBet, up to £25. So if you put a bet on with NetBet, they will match the bet up to £25 for you. Link is in the video description. Remember, you've got to be over 18 to gamble, and please do gamble responsibly. If you're interested in getting a bet on for this game, really good odds with NetBet. Link in the video description. You can get United at around 6-1. So if you put a tenner on, you get just over 60 quid back, including your £10 stake. Or if you think we're going to get a draw, you can get nearly 4-1. So that's put a tenner on, get over 40 quid back. Link in the video description for that. I've never known Manchester United odds so big. Net bet, link in the video description. But they're massive odds. In my life, I've never known United be underdogs to this extent. Absolutely massive underdogs in this game. Pressure on Liverpool, I would say. But hopefully we're going to do it. I'm really excited. I'm going with hope and I'm going with belief. They're not a couple of girls that I'm going out with. They are two words that I think we have to cling on to today as Manchester United fans. We have to cling on to hope and we have to cling on to belief. I must clarify, they are not a couple of girls. They are words. And we need to, because that is all we have. I don't think we've got any logical reason to expect we're going to win this game. Suffice to say, passion and perseverance and tenacity and pride and a belief that we can stop this. Our biggest rivals will be top of the league tonight if we don't stop them. That is probably the line I would go with if I was Jose Mourinho. Now, I don't know whether Jose Mourinho gets Manchester United and Liverpool enough to do that. But as they're walking out today, I would say our biggest rivals, Liverpool fans, they will be top of the league tonight if they beat us. Our fans who put you in that shirt, who back you, they are the ones who are going to have to suffer tonight if you do not deliver. You get out there, you play for every person who's ever played in this shirt, you play for every fan that supports this shirt, and you go out there today and you get a result for this club. That's what I would be saying to them on their way out. I don't know whether Jose Mourinho does that sort of thing, but I would do it because I think that is what it's all about today. A draw, we're still 10 points off top four, but at least Liverpool are not top of the league. And that's what we're clinging on to now. We're clinging on to that. Oh, stopping Liverpool. That's what our season's become. But that's a bigger topic. Where United are is a bigger topic. Today is about today. Today is about Liverpool. Today is about stopping Liverpool, and that is what we need to do. Red Jedi says, chat, Sir Alex Ferguson did not get rid of Pogba. Please stop changing facts to fix your agenda. Time to wake up a bit. Red Jedi, thanks for the contribution. If people are saying that, I've said this so many times. This is something that is an absolute lie. It is a lie. Sir Alex Ferguson did not get rid of Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba left of his own accord. Sir Alex Ferguson wanted him to stay. He wanted him to be a little bit more patient before he put him in the first team. Pogba didn't want to wait. He went to Juventus and he won 3 titles in a row. So who's right or who's wrong, you can argue about that. But the reality is Pogba was not removed from the club by Sir Alex Ferguson. It is the biggest myth floating around already. Colin says, I'm already dreading work tomorrow. Everybody give a massive like, says Nikhil. Look, thanks everybody who gets involved in these. This is probably the biggest one of the season. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. And to be honest with you, I think I'll be nervous if we go 1-0 ahead. I'll be nervous if it's 0-0 with 3 minutes to go, because I think a draw or a win is a massive, significant result for Manchester United. But I'm not necessarily expecting everything. Who's on the bench? Says Dentra Plays. So on the bench, you've definitely got Fellaini, Mata, Bailly, Pogba, Martial, Romero, and I forget who the other one is. Valencia. Yeah, so in order, Romero, Valencia, Bailly, Fellaini, Mata, Martial, Pogba. It's a strong bench. Strong bench. I believe it's a 3-5-2 as well, Dan. I do. Mark as manager after that speech. Look, motivational speeches I don't struggle with. Tactics and everything else I probably would. And big egos, to be honest with you, I'd manage probably like Roy Keane is. I've heard that Gary Neville and Roy Keane are like criticising Jesse Lingard for releasing his clothes line a week before a game like this. But that's the modern footballer, isn't it? Football has become big. I mean, look at, I like Jesse Lingard as a bench player for Manchester United. I don't actually think he's good enough for first team if you want to win a league title. But Jesse Lingard, the brand, is bigger than Jesse Lingard, the footballer. That's what's wrong with football. Footballers, if they've got the right image and the right sort of banter and the right sort of charisma off the pitch, they can be making so much money as a brand when on the pitch they're not that good. I mean, look at Pogba in a United shirt. He's not been brilliant on the pitch, but his brand off the pitch is brilliant. But then I'm trying to think of a footballer who is infinitely better than Lingard and Pogba, but off the pitch doesn't really have much of a brand. I mean, look at David Silva. What's his brand off the pitch? Look at De Bruyne. He's not massive off the pitch either, but he's infinitely a better player. Football has twisted itself around. And unfortunately, at Manchester United, because we're the biggest brand club in the world, we get stuck with all these players who are a better brand than they are on the pitch. And that's the frustration at the moment. But that's the modern world. And, if we don't want players like that, kick them out. But Jesse Lingard's starting the game today. And he will give 100%, I'm sure. As Huff says, Lingard's great. Blame Beckham for that. Another United player. If you're a United player, you end up being brands. That's what happens. Lukaku starting is worrying, says Marcus S. Lukaku's got to deliver a performance for us today. He's got to deliver a performance. As I said when Ross was on, he's got to hold the ball up. He must hold the ball up for Manchester United today. If he doesn't hold it up, then we're going to get... we're going to play very deep anyway. And what I would say about that is we're going to have to park the bus in this game today. We'll have to do it. We'll have to park the bus. It's the only way that we can get anything out of this match. So we will definitely do that. Now, whether that's going to be enough for us or not, the truth will be found out very, very soon. But we're not going to be stretched. The last thing Mourinho will want is he won't want his team to push forward. He won't want his team to press. Because if they do, it leaves space at the back. So we're going to play a lot of men behind the ball. A lot of men behind the ball. And the onus is going to be on Liverpool to try and to force that. But the thing I've noticed about Liverpool recently, and many of you may have noticed this as well, is that when it comes to the way that Liverpool play football, they do have this thing with Van Dijk now, whereby if a team does park the bus against them, shoot from 30 yards, get a deflection, force a save, get a corner, and then Van Dijk comes up, and then they become a threat from there. He's added so much to their team. I called him the Dutch Chris Smalling. And I regret that. And I have actually, said I got that wrong. I think Van Dijk offers so much to that. Marcus is with us. How are you doing, pal?
Afternoon, mate. How are we doing? How is everyone?
I think we're good. I want to talk about the referee, but I'm just going to give you a minute because my lighting is just a little bit messed up. So you tell everybody what you think about the team news while I just quickly take 30 seconds to sort my lighting out. And then we'll talk about
team
else.
News. Very surprising, to be honest. I think people that are on the bench, the players that are on the bench, Martial, Valencia, I think they warranted, to be honest, warranted to be in the team, to be perfectly honest. Darmian at left back or whatever he is, completely useless. He could have gone Valencia at right back and then Delo at left back. But I think the main thing is to go there and try and be positive in the way we play. Hopefully, come away with a result. But I don't know. I just think Liverpool have very much too much attacking talent for United. I don't think United are going to win this game at all. I think it's going to be a draw. It's okay. Lukaku started again. Does he warrant a start? No, in my opinion. Pogba, should he have started? I think he should have, because the midfield lacks a bit of creativity in there. So, I think there are points. There are points for everyone on that bench. Martial, I think, whether he was match fit or not, should have warranted starting, most definitely. Lindelof, he's not very fit either. But he comes straight into the team. But I'm liking the comments that Roy Keane's been saying. Very going in on Jesse Lingard. So I think that's warranted as well. But I think there are arguments for every single player that's on that bench. Obviously, apart from Romero, because obviously Dave gets straight in nets. But I think every player on that bench could warranted a start against this team. But Sam, you're right.
I'm back now, mate.
Oh yeah, all right.
I'm just laughing there because I've had a DM, direct message from somebody saying even your idol Roy Keane says it's the players. Look, Roy Keane's my idol off the pitch, on the pitch, sorry. But I said this, a lot of people getting excited about Roy Keane being on Sky Sports. I'm not surprised. He has recently been pro Mourinho and against the players. Roy Keane said it was a fair tackle on Luke Shaw. I don't live off what Roy Keane says. As a footballer, I love him. He's the best player in my lifetime at Manchester United. And I think I'd love to have prime Roy Keane back. But this is the thing for me. Doesn't matter how great a legend you are for Manchester United. Doesn't mean you don't talk absolute crap, in my opinion. And I think that is crap. It's not on the players, it's on the manager. But Keane has backed the manager. I like Gary Neville. He constantly backs the manager. I don't agree with it. It's my opinion. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, I was just saying to the comments, I think every player that's on that bench has an argument to start in that starting 11 today. You know, Lindelof, he can't be fully fit. He's been out for a few weeks now. He comes straight into the team. You know, what's the matter with chucking Martial in there? You know, he was in form before he got injured. I think Mourinho has his excuses ready for Dalot. If he gets absolutely rinsed down that right-hand side, it'll be, well, you know, Dalot's young. I told you he wasn't ready. This is what happens. So I think there's a few excuses there. Mourinho's got in his pocket ready for if United take an absolute battering this afternoon. Darmian at left back worries me. I said to the comments he could have gone Valencia at right and then Dalot at left if he wanted the experience and stability. So, you know, there's problems, mate. There is problems. Lukaku again up there. What has this guy done to warrant a starting place? I really don't understand it. I mean, I think the Liverpool games, especially at Anfield, I think are tailor-made for Matt. I think he's got a good record at Anfield. So, you know, there's arguments for everyone in there, but I see this as being an absolute drab of a game.
You do? What's your score prediction?
I do, yeah. I'm going to go 1-1. I just think it's going to be 1-1. I expect Liverpool to score because Mourinho's bus parking this season has not worked. So he can park 1, 2, 3 and a double-decker bus there at Anfield. It's not going to stop them from scoring. And I think Rashford really is going to be the outlet for us, and he's going to carry the threat with his pace down that left-hand side. Ashley Young at right wing. I mean, we see him as a left and a right back predominantly throughout the season, throughout last season, and then all of a sudden he's chucked at right wing when you've got Martial on the bench, you've got Mata on the bench. Mata's match fit as well. There's so many different things he could have done, mate. Ashley Young could have gone at left back, Valencia could have gone at right back. You know, there's no need for Darmian to be in that starting 11 at all. No need. And I think that team represents a typical Mourinho tried, trusted and safe approach to the game.
Yeah, part of the bus. The Revenant has got some sad news for us. He says Anfield Agenda are unable to do their live stream because of an issue, and they've been robbed of their watch-along, which is a shame on YouTube. Look, to be honest with you, mate, that happened to us probably when we were the same side as Anfield Agenda as well. I've just messaged Craig about it. It's a disgrace, that is. It's an absolute disgrace because it tends to happen to up-and-coming small channels. I'm sure you'll get it sorted out, but it doesn't help you when you can't do it on a big game like today. So, I mean, unfortunately, we can't suck in Anfield Agendas. Well, you might want to watch us in pain, but we can't be pro-Liverpool for you. Unfortunately, we're not a Liverpool fan channel, but that is a pain. Craig was obviously on our preview the other night, and they were going to do a watch-along for Liverpool fans. They can't do it, which is shit, to be honest with you. But it did happen to us once before. I think it was Michael Carrick's testimonial. So they will get it sorted out, but it won't be any help for them when they can't do it today, which is a real big shame. Rebel Dog 8 says, let Roy Keane into the United dressing room. And thanks for the contribution there. And Bio20 says, probably at least one red card for us. And this is going to end in tears. Awful lineup, says LB. Just want to draw your attention to NetBet, which is the link in the video description. They'll match your first bet up to £25, which I'll just play that for you now. Link is in the video description for that. You've got to be over 18. Please do gamble responsibly. But remember, you can still got time to put a bet on Manchester United. You can do it in play as well if you want to. You get them as big as 6-1 through NetBet and a draw at 4-1. So if you think it's a draw, put a tenner on, you get 40 quid back. If you think Man United are going to win, put a tenner on, you get 60 quid back. Massive, massive odds. I've never known them so big for a game like this, Marcus. But the referee is Martin Atkinson, and we don't, you know, I remember we used to, when United were quite decent and competitive, we would talk about the referee and how they could have a factor on this game. I think we're just so bad at the moment, we just automatically assume that actually we'll probably be crap and lose without the referee doing it for us. But the referee in a game like this, you've got to think, I mean, apparently we've had a late change, Bay in for Smalling, injured in the warm-up. So that, in some ways, some people might say that's good.
Yeah, I think I know Ross doesn't agree, but I think Bay is our best centre back. I really do. When he's fit and he's ready, I think the guy just brings something, a sureness to that defence. I think he's very reliable when he actually plays. He doesn't really do a lot wrong for me. Good header of the ball, good positionally. He's quick, good in the tackle, and he reads the game well. So, I mean, that could be a plus for us. At least it's happened now before the game instead of during the game, and it upsets the defence halfway through. But I think that's good. And I would have started him today. I really do. I think Bailly and Lindelof is a good partnership, but I think our best partnership is Bailly and Rojo for me at centre back.
Yeah, I think Rojo's an awful left back, but I think as a left-sided centre back, he's pretty good. But we think that's confirmed. Bay in for Smalling, so don't take any notice of do take notice of my team to the right, but it is Eric Bay in for Chris Smalling. Bay starts. To be honest with you, I prefer Bay to Smalling. And I like Smalling. I mean, we've not even spoken about that. Maybe we can talk about that on the call-in later. People might want to call in and have their say. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can get to 313,000 subscribers today. If you are new, get involved with the United Stand. We've got Flex there with the fan cams tonight. We've got a call-in after the show. We've got match reaction. We've got the Champions League draw tomorrow live for you. There's loads going on. Get involved. And we've gone over 1,000 likes, Marcus, so maybe we can do it. But Chris Smalling signed the new contract last night, and I said, not only are we, Chris Smalling's a decent backup centre-back for me, but I don't want to see that on a Saturday night. It really put me off my beer and my Chinese takeaway, that did. Chris Smalling signs new 4-year contract. I mean, I was like, what are you doing to me? It's the sort of news you should just put at the back of the programme against Huddersfield and not make a big deal of it. But they're tweeting it out on a Saturday night, mocking us. It's just not a big news.
No, it's not big news, but you know what? I mean, you look at the alternatives, mate. Imagine if that's Phil Jones signing a 4-year.
He will be. We'll probably get that Christmas Eve.
You probably end up bringing your Chinese up, mate. But I'd rather see Smalling, if any of them, out of Smalling and Jones, get the contract. And I'm seeing the referee here on the TV. I think that confirmation of Bay coming in is confirmed there. Yeah. Because he's had the lineups there and he's looking around, changing things. But at least, I mean, if anyone's got to have him, yes, Smalling. He has been a great servant to the club. He's not the best centre back for me that we've got, but he's a decent backup. He's not the best. I mean, he gives away a few penalties, and he's very, very dicey in the box. He likes to shirt pull and stuff like that, which always makes me nervous. So I'd rather him than Phil Jones get that contract.
Red Jedi says, so Bay was healthy enough to start, but Darmian started ahead of him in a 5-3-2. Well, thanks for that, Red Jedi. Good contribution there. I mean, again, I would agree with that. Why is he not playing? Does that count as a substitute? I don't think it would do.
No, I don't think so. No, because it's before kickoff, isn't it? But Bay is out on the pitch, so yeah, he's definitely coming for Smalling.
Well, it's a ready-made excuse for Mourinho, isn't it? If we don't win.
This is it. He's got plenty now, hasn't he? He's, Delo, he's too young, too inexperienced for the Premier League, but this is what I've got to do because I didn't have the centre-back that I wanted in the summer. He's got excuses all over the place today if he gets battered.
Well, we're getting close to kick-off now.
It's nice to see Lovren starting for Liverpool, though. That gives me a bit of hope. But, I mean, how do you see this game going, Mark? I mean, I think Liverpool's going to have the possession. They'll dominate the play. And I think it's going to be a matter of United either just holding on or, trying to play on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else. I mean, me going 1-1, I think that's being positive, and I think that's being kind, to be honest, the form we're in. The only outstanding, I wouldn't even say it's outstanding, but convincing result we've had recently is the Fulham game. Shocking against Valencia, shocking against Arsenal, and we get a win against Fulham. I don't see this being a fantastic game at all. I mean, Sky have got us lined up here as a 3-4-3. I don't think it's going to be that.
Yeah, it's a 5-3-2 really, though, isn't it? Because you've got Young and Delow there.
Yeah.
That's assumed. We ain't going to go 3-4-3 because that's attacking, isn't it? I've just tell you what. I've just got to just quickly check that I'm on the, like this 2 channel choices. I've got a funny feeling I might be on the slower one. So 1 minute.
De Gea's got the pink gloves on. It's the pink gloves. That's De Gea's excuse. The pink gloves. So Leslie's going 3-1 Liverpool. Bay is playing, says Man United boy. Yes, he is. Cameron Stone saying 2-1 the Bin Dippers. 3-5-2 says Rezarel. Smalling is out, says Unknown Baby. Yeah, confirmation Smalling has pulled out of the first team and Bay is coming. Anfielders rocking, says Fortune. It's going to be an absolute nightmare, isn't it? That the crowd in there. United have got to silence the crowd early.
Well, it's here.
Yeah,
we're here. We're ready to go. I mean, we've been making this for a long time. What was your score prediction? A draw?
1-1. Yeah, 1-1. But De Gea's got pink gloves on, mate. So
yeah, it's the pink gloves, Marcus. He's got pink gloves on the little image we've got of him as well. So it's the pink gloves. I hope we're not saying that, but we. I don't know. I think I'll make my mind up in the first 10 minutes because I think it's very. Liverpool are obviously favourites. I just hope and believe that United are going to produce something. Logic suggests Liverpool should win this 2 or 3-0.
Yeah.
But if United are up for it, the ref lets it run, maybe we can get a draw out of it. We can win. We're up and running now anyway. We can win this game, but it's going to be very, very difficult for us. And, the players have got to produce something that they don't normally do. But we do, we went to Chelsea and everyone says we're going to get beat, and we nearly won. It was a last-minute goal that equalised it. So, pressure's on Liverpool as well. The pressure's on Liverpool.
It is Liverpool favourites for the game, but it's up to United to show that there's still some fight in this team. I think you're a brave man. George Kyle's gone 2-1 United. I think you're a brave man if you pick United to win.
But I love that. I love that our fan base, even though we've had an absolutely terrible season, they still pumped up enough to go, come on, we're going to win it. Because the fan base never dies, does it? The fan base never stops believing, and that's great. There's no logic to that. But I think one of the most important players on that pitch today is Romelu Lukaku. He has got to hold the ball up, and he has got to, he's got to offer the team something. And to me, we're not actually playing the team I thought we were playing because Rashford's definitely out on the left-hand side. So we are playing a back 5 because, well, maybe we're not. So
Young's out on the left, Delow's out on the right.
Yeah, Lingard's dropped into position now. I think there's a bit of... Delow's playing very, very far forward. He's almost like he's a right winger.
Darmian playing as the left-sided centre-back in the back 3.
That's Herrera. No, it's not. We're trying to get to grips with the United team here. It's tough to say. I mean, Delow's playing very, very far forward on the right-hand side. Ashley Young's obviously playing very forward on the left-hand side. And we've not spoken about Liverpool's team at all. Salah's in here. Skips away from Young. And a good block from Lindelof. Lindelof looks quite sharp, which is good. But this is the chance for Liverpool. It's an early corner, and this is where Liverpool, for me, we know the threat. Van Dijk's the threat. Get hold of Van Dijk. I don't know what the Liverpool team is. I need to check. I want to know who their centre back is. We'll run down the Liverpool team.
Lovren, yeah, with Van Dijk.
So they got Alisson. Let's just watch this corner first. Corner's coming in, and we've got rid of it. Yeah, Lingard's got rid of it. No, he hasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he has. So they've got Alisson in goal, Klein, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robertson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Keita, Salah, Firmino, Mane. See, that's interesting. I was hoping they might have played Milner, who I think must be injured. And
I think he's injured, yeah.
Henderson. But I actually think with Fabinho and Keita, they are a better team, even though they've not been playing them that much this season. So I think they're midfield 3. Maybe there's an element of inexperience in there, I don't know.
But it started exactly how I thought it would. United are looking for Rashford at every opportunity down that left-hand side. He's the outlet. He's going to have a major part to play today. They're going to need to utilise his pace to get down Nathaniel Klein's side.
Yeah, well, that's he hasn't played a lot of football, so we've got a free kick here. Anyway, this is the sort of opportunity that Manchester United are going to have to use. So the cross is about to come in. Be Ashley Young whipping it in, and hopefully we've got somebody who can get on the end of it.
Yeah.
He says. Lukaku swings and misses.
It's offside.
But I thought we'd score. I was like, that's why I stayed quiet. I didn't want to react to that. But the cross comes in from Ashley Young.
Oh, he's well offside.
He's well offside. Yeah. I don't know whether he touches it though.
I don't even think he did, mate. No, I really don't. No, he didn't.
He doesn't.
He's nowhere near it.
Fucking hell, we've just been robbed of a goal. Robbed of a goal. We just scored a goal. It's not offside. How can it be goal? That's a disgrace.
Lukaku doesn't touch it. Well, I mean,
does he interfere with play?
Well, he's not interfering with the goalkeeper either. He's perfectly got. Goalkeeper's got a good eye line of the ball, but yeah, it would have been a bit of a.
What are the live comments saying there? Because we're all a little bit confused. I was like, that can't be a goal, and then that's why I didn't react to it. And then I'm like, well, Lukaku doesn't touch the bloody ball.
Liverpool kick into the box. Matic puts it out for a corner.
Is it offside? What? I just don't understand why we're not winning. Why we're not in front? He doesn't touch the bloody ball.
No. Yeah. Maybe he should have stood. It should be a goal.
Oh, Miroslav says the new offside rule, it's off. God knows what the new offside rule is. I don't know. It is offside. A lot of people are saying, this is it. They changed the bloody rules.
I mean, Firmino had a chance there from the corner.
It is interfering because it looks like he will make a play on it, says Lil Pell. Yeah, that's what I sort of thought. But
the chance there by Firmino, unchallenged by Lindelof, who was looking straight at him. Couldn't get a header on target though. Yeah. So the game's not really settled down as a spectacle yet. No team taking control of the ball, trying to.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm calling you man now. I don't call anybody man. I'll tell you what, man. Do you know what I mean? I know I feel cold, not because I'm cold. It's nerves. This is what I used to be like when I used to be at Old Trafford. I'd be sat on my hands, nervous because I get cold when I'm nervous, and I am nervous. I can feel it. This game matters, though. It does matter to United, and we've got to try and get something out of it. Shot by Firmino. De Gea with the save. Cut back. Ooh, that was a good tackle by Lindelof on Salah.
Yeah. Very dangerous.
Well won by Lukaku. Look at Rashford on the left. Get your head up, Herrera. Get your bloody head up. Oh, don't go backwards. This is the trouble. You've got to go forwards. Good play by Delo. Switches it inside.
Good. Matic,
there we go. Five touches and sideways. He did pass forward. Rashford shoots straight at him. So there's the one thing I would say in this first few minutes, there is a little bit of movement from United and a little bit of impetus to try and play forward, which I think with the three centre-backs, maybe you don't need to park the bus as much. A good start.
I think really Jose can't really afford to park the bus. I bet he'd love to, but he's got to show some sign of attacking intent here because obviously he knows what the scores were earlier. So
draw's not good enough for us, is it?
Yeah, no. I mean, they have to win. The 11-point gap. Even if they draw, it's only going to be down to 10. It's still double figures.
See, here they go. Mane, cut back, get rid of it. But there's a lovely bit of play from Fabinho there. And a lot of people mocked me because I wanted Fabinho over Matic. And obviously Fabinho's not been getting in the Liverpool team. But Liverpool did get to the Champions League final with Wijnaldum, Henderson and Milner. And I think Keita and Fabinho have had to be patient and work themselves in. But that play by Fabinho was brilliant. He dinked it in. He gave it and went very, very quick. You're never going to see that with Matic. Never going to see that. But it's a good game at the moment, Marcus, isn't it? United are giving a little bit. Liverpool are giving a bit. And
they're giving as good as they get, United. But no one's really dominating possession. It's back and forward. It's as soon as Liverpool attack, United will attack on the counter, which is good because it shows United want to play football today, which actually makes a bit of a change. But I wouldn't fall into the trap yet. Don't fall into the trap yet that this is how it's going to stay for 90 minutes. And
I would. This is me as a Manchester United fan at the moment. I will long term. I'm not accepting the lowering of the expectations by Mourinho. You know, we are in a terrible position. But short term, if we could walk out of Anfield with a draw, I don't think we're getting top four anyway. If we can get a draw, Lindelof's made a mistake here. Salah's into the box. Good recovery. Good recovery. Get rid of it. Good tackle. Bailly. And a shot just wide. Fabinho wants a corner. Lindelof made a mistake, but I think Salah got it stuck under his feet.
Yeah, I think Salah could have...
Because he's in the same position he was against Napoli there, and it got stuck under his feet, thank God. And the shot does come in eventually, but they want a corner. It's not going to be a corner, surely. They've given a corner!
Yeah.
Never a corner!
No, it didn't come off anyone. De Gea didn't save it. I didn't see a deflection off of Bay at all.
But yeah, if we can get a draw out of this game, I would love it, because Liverpool won't be top of the league. And I know that's a small mentality, but... Off the line, Ashley Young.
Off the line by Ashley Young, yeah.
Andy Robertson, cross, handball, ref says no. It seemed to go up onto the arm of him, and now De Gea's got it. He needs to calm down a little bit at the moment, United there. I mean, there wasn't a lot of power on it anyway. I think Ashley Young had it well covered, but it was off the line, and I think they wanted a bit of a handball, which looked a bit harsh. But Matic caught in possession.
If there's no one on the line there, De Gea was rooted to the spot.
He didn't react, did he?
No, he just stood there. So thankfully, Ashley Young got rid of it. But Liverpool coming again down the right with Mane.
It's all Liverpool at the moment.
Ashley Young's being turned inside out there. Salah's coming in.
Good block, Matic. Getting a bit penned in here now.
Yeah, United
a little bit of this, and this is what I'm on about. This is where when the ball goes forward.
Corner.
Fucking hell. We're on the ropes here, folks.
Yep.
This is where we need to get the ball up to Lukaku, and he's got to hold it up, because we can't play like this. The last 5 minutes, De Gea's saying calm down. Last 5 minutes, they've got us penned in. We can't play like this for 80 minutes. We've got to get the ball up the other end, and Lukaku's got to hold the ball up at some point. But it's a corner here. I worry about the corners because of Van Dijk. It's not a good corner. In fact, Fabinho's got it on the edge, though.
Yeah. Another
Robertson,
ball
decent cross, and that'll be a goal kick. Yeah. So that's it. Slow the game down a little bit now. Anuj says, calm down, lads. Calm down. Just watching that Firmino shot back, it went through quite a lot of people, but Matic too slow, says Alec. Look, you're talking to me. You know what I think about Matic. Matic versus Fabinho today, and already I can see why I wanted Fabinho.
Well, last 5 minute action areas, 55% in United's half, 9% at Liverpool's, 36 in the midfield. Says it all at the minute. United just cannot get out of their half, even when they're hoofballing it. It's not going. United just have not got into gear yet. I think the quick start by Liverpool has really caught United on the hook.
It shouldn't do.
No, it shouldn't do. This is the thing. I mean, Mourinho should be prepared for this, and the players should be prepared. But I think it's because the team is so bloody slow, they can't cope with it.
Keita.
I mean, Mane, how he's been allowed to travel that far.
We're so slow to the ball.
Yeah.
So slow to the ball.
I mean, Herrera give it away with a lazy pass. Mane picks it up at the halfway line and just absolutely ran at the defence, who were just backing off. Terrible midfield play at the minute from United. I mean, the way it's going at the minute, you think hopefully we get to 0-0 at half time with a clean sheet.
Well, I thought we started off the first few minutes okay, but we're just so slow to the ball.
Yeah, the wing backs are not getting forward enough, but you can't really fault them because United just can't keep hold of the ball at the minute.
Well, the one thing that we should be doing today, I don't think we can compete with Liverpool for the way they play football. I think we all agree with that. But what we have to compete with Liverpool for is the effort. We've got to be first to the ball. We're not first to the ball. That's the thing that stands out to me in these first few minutes, is that we're not first to the ball. We look slow. We look lethargic. They look stronger. That's not about footballing ability. That's about, where's the effort from Manchester United? Please do subscribe if you're new. We're getting closer to 313,000 subscribers. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and do that. And get involved with the United Stand. We've got fan cams after the game, flexes at the game. We've got the call-in after the game. Interested to see what you lot think. We're talking about Smalling's new contract as well. But Liverpool are on the attack here. It is all Liverpool at the moment. And, Bay's having to throw out the acrobatic headers already. That's a worry. Firmino with the shot over the bar. But it is all Liverpool at the moment.
How are they letting Mane travel so far with that ball at his feet? No one is putting a tackle in. Everyone is just backing off and backing off. I mean, Mourinho don't look happy on the touchline, but I don't even remember the last time I saw him smile on the touchline, to be honest. But I think, it's going to be a long afternoon for United. Keep playing like this. But every time De Gea's taking the goal kicks as well, he's aiming towards Rashford down that left-hand side, and it's just going out of play. They tried a couple of long balls to Lingard through the middle, but he's not going to beat the centre-backs. Liverpool with all the possession at the minute. I mean, I'll probably count 5 or 6 attempts by Liverpool. We've not had one yet.
Jem says this is painful to watch at the moment. He's picked the wrong players, says Zana. So annoying, says Boris, sorry. And we need a draw. Well, we've got a draw at the moment. That's the good news. The bad news, we've got about 80 minutes to go.
I mean, it's... when you look at the players that are on the bench, technical players as well, who are good in possession and can keep hold of the ball, why are they not playing? And I'm talking like the Matters, the Martials. They should be in that first 11. No way should Lukaku have started today. No way. He can't even hold the ball.
They're getting all the good interception there, but
they even look stronger than us.
Yeah.
They're just brushing aside. The United players that are on the ball.
Trying to work something. I mean,
that poor kid, Delo, has not had anything down that right-hand side in the last 10 minutes. Absolutely nothing. He's standing there like a lost sheep on the halfway line.
Well, at least that shows there is a plan to try and get forward. But at the moment, we're struggling to get the ball out of our back half. I mean, Bay's having to go back to De Gea, so this is going to get blasted long. And then we're trying to win, like you say, every kick is going up towards... I mean, Lukaku wins that flick on, and then he's like, what are you on about, Lukaku? You flicked it to the keeper, and you're going, oh, where's the runner? Yeah. Who do you think you've got? Bloody road runner running off you. It's just ridiculous. The criticism that Lukaku places against other people when they don't pick up on his flick-ons or his passes is absolutely hilarious. No player in the world was going to get on that flick-on.
Even when the ball does come down our right-hand side, it's going over the top. It's going right past the low, and all he's done so far is played defensive work. He's not had the opportunity to go forward at all because everything is going down our left-hand side to Rashford. And even when we do attack, it's still going down the left. Why not? Delo's in acres of space on that right-hand side. Give the ball to the kid.
Our passing is shocking.
It's shit, isn't it?
I mean, Herrera's just played a ball back to Bay, and Salah's right next to him. If it goes wrong, Salah's through one-on-one. I'm just pumping long balls forward. Yeah. It's a bloody joke.
This is awful. Absolutely awful. We just cannot get control of that ball. It's almost like they're panicking in possession.
Well, I did say this about United today, though. I mean, I just felt the best we could get was a draw or a lucky scammy win. We were never going to turn up here and play good football because we don't play good football. And Liverpool were always going to play good football because they play good football. But just whacking long balls up to Paul Pogba. I mean, Toby's made a good contribution. Tony El Adabou says Paul Pogba's presence on the United bench causes United to get rinsed 5-0 at Anfield. Racist English press. Paul Pogba's presence on the United bench causes United to get rinsed. Right, okay. So you're one of those people who think that there's you're talking about like the Sterling press. Well, yeah, you know what? If they did say that, it would be wrong. But I was more interested that you might have been actually saying that Paul Pogba should have started, because for me, Paul Pogba should have started. I know he's not been brilliant recently, but you're telling me that Paul Pogba shouldn't be in that midfield for United when I look at what we're actually doing.
Yeah, when you look at that midfield today, I think like you, he should have started. But I also think, the same as Ross. His performances in the last couple of games have not been good. So does he really warrant a place in the starting 11? Maybe not. But I just think when you go to Anfield, you've got to play your best players. And no doubt, Pogba, on his day, is one of our best players, if the best player.
Well, the referee's letting this game go, which is good to see.
He is doing well at the minute, yeah, Atkinson. 9 attempts to Liverpool, 1 for United in 18 minutes. It's an absolute bombardment.
Thing is, though, Mourinho, people can say he needs to change it. To what? What is Mourinho going to change his team to do? See, 50-50 there. When Herrera's losing 50-50 tackles against Salah's in here, he's very wide. They're just so much quicker than us. I hope they don't score soon, because I think if they score, this game could go embarrassing.
Yeah, floodgates will open, won't it, if they get the first one.
Mourinho must just be sat on there with his fingers crossed in his pockets going, Lord, please deliver me some scammy result today, because they must have had 4 or 5 corners as well.
Yeah.
At some point they're going to get on the end of it. It was a poor corner, thank God.
Yeah. Rashford made a meal of it, trying to get it clear, but thankfully he's got the free kick.
Take Lukaku off and the game changes, says China G's. Well, you know what? I don't know why Lukaku plays for United. I'd rather play Pogba up front. I really would. I think he's absolutely atrocious, but...
You know what I was thinking the other day? Even if you chuck Fellaini up there, just as someone to cause a bit of trouble, at least that guy can get his head on the ball and he's got some chest control. That's 2 more things than what Lukaku's got.
See, Lovren's all over Klopp there. Lovren's a banter defender.
Lukaku,
I don't know whether I said Klopp there.
Yeah, he was Klopp, man. Why? United, they're sitting so deep. So deep. Just can't get hold of the ball at all. But Liverpool looks so energetic.
This is it for them. I was hoping Liverpool might be a little bit nervous, but to be honest with you, the other flip side of that coin is that Liverpool would relish this game and be like, we can be top of the league by beating our biggest rival. This is a statement for us today. And knowing how Klopp manages, I said, I don't think you were live at the time, Marcus. I said if I was Manchester United manager before the players went out, I would say something along the lines of, this is our biggest rival. If they don't beat us today, they're not top of the league. You're wearing the shirt for every fan that supports this club, for every player that's played for this club. If you go out there and match them for efforts and desire and tenacity, we can get a result today. I don't think Mourinho's that sort of manager, but I know Klopp will have said, today you can go out there, finish the game top of the league, beat our biggest rival and send a massive statement out to this club. This club is back. We are better than Manchester United. Look at them. Look at us. We're top of the league. We're going places and we can believe. And I think that that's the way that they've come out so far. They've come out with that belief that they want to absolutely annihilate us, send a statement out and get back to the top of the league.
Yeah, they need a bit of inspiration, a bit of confidence, because the players there, you can just tell it's non-existent. It's non-existent. The way they're playing is showing me that they've got no belief that they can pick up a result here today. The passing is absolutely atrocious. I've not seen us keep the ball for more than 5 or 6 passes. And that just goes to show the effort levels from Liverpool. They're pushing high up the pitch. They're pressurising from the front. Rashford's in round the back, but that's gone out.
It's just hopeful long ball, though, isn't it?
Yes. Very, very similar tactics to the Manchester City game last season.
I do remember it was under Van Gaal, though. I think it was under Van Gaal. We beat Liverpool. I don't know whether it was Wanfield. Maybe it wasn't Van Gaal, but I remember us playing Liverpool. And they absolutely dominated us at Anfield. They absolutely annihilated us, but we nicked it 1-0. It can happen. I suppose the longer it stays 0-0, the more Liverpool might get a little bit panicky. But
I mean, the only inspiration these players can take is that the last couple of times we've gone to Anfield, we've ground out a draw. 0-0 draws. That's really the only positive. If you're looking back on the fixtures, that's really the only thing that they can draw inspiration from. They know that they can.
They've got a 3v3 Liverpool here.
Oh, look at the back post there. Look, if that goes past Ashley Young, there's 2 queuing up there waiting. Great tackle there by Ashley Young on Salah.
Well, a little bit of that would be nice.
Yeah, that's the best thing I've seen so far in this game from United. But we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
He's in.
1-0.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
1-0.
For fuck's sake! Bloody Klingfield defending again. Yeah. Just bloody invisible. Absolutely invisible. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of heat, and it disappears. Absolute shite. Such a simple ball. Fabinho better than Matic. I told you as well. That's what a CDM can do. Pick the ball up, flicks it over the top. Is it Keita or Mane who scores? But watch this back here. It's Fabinho. And look, that's a CDM for you. I said we should have signed Fabinho 2 years ago. Little dink over the top. Matic couldn't dink his duck in a bath. He's shit. And that's just terrible defence. Absolutely terrible defence. All in a bloody line. All caught flat-footed. And there's Mr. Ashley Young. Mr. Ashley Young, I can pocket Salah. How's about following Mane, you prat? Absolutely your man. Cling film defence. Invisible, Marcus.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. Ashley Young.
Fucking hell.
I mean, he's 5-6 yards away from him. He even sees him make the run in front of him as Fabinho dinks that ball over the top. And it's only a 15-yard pass. It's like a chip through ball on FIFA. So there's no excuses there. But, I mean, Ashley Young, why is he looking around at the linesman after the goal as well? He knows it's not offside. He's a fucking joker, that guy. Absolute joker. Too far away from his man. Saw the run of Mane. Didn't track him. Didn't even attempt.
This is why we're irrelevant under Jose Mourinho now, because he used to be able to come to these games and park the bus, but we can't bloody defend. It's a chip over the box. It's a chip over the defence. It really is just a chip, and nobody's following runners. That's pub football. I'm fed up of saying it this season. Our defence is pub football. This is what we are faced with game after game. The goals that teams are scoring against us, they're not even good goals. They're not.
No, they're basic football that we're conceding. Basic. It's the basic pass and move. I mean, even when Fabinho gets that ball, I mean, someone's got a yellow here.
Is it our man, Delo?
Yeah, Delo's
going to pieces now.
Even when Fabinho picks that ball up, where the hell is Herrera and Matic? They're supposed to be shielding the front four. Where are they? He was in acres of space. Acres of space. He had time on the ball to pick out the perfect pass, to see the run of Mane, and it's in the net. It's a joke. Absolute joke. And that's all because our midfield is too fucking slow to press.
Well, there's a certain irony to this. I never wanted Matic. The summer we were going for Matic, I was like, we should be getting Fabinho. People will say, well, he's hardly played for Liverpool. I think they've just been feeling him in. But I've already seen in 25 minutes why I wanted Fabinho at United, because he's dynamic. He gets rid of the ball. He's quick. Oh, for God's sake. This could be embarrassing.
It could have been 2 by Lovren.
Bloody Lovren scoring. That would have been banter. Bloody hell.
Look at the defenders there. No one. Firmino picks the ball up inside the box. 2 players around him. Not one of them have put a foot in for the tackle.
I tell you what, I just want to be bloody surprised by Manchester United. It's like waking up on Christmas Day morning and somebody's told you every present you're going to get. Because there's no surprise. I actually thought we'd come today, put a bit of effort in and pride and fight. And we're not. We're just the same bloody team. And people want to blame, Pogba's the reason. What I keep saying is, yeah, blame Pogba, but everybody else is shit. It's like, why does everyone pick on Paul Pogba for lack of effort and lack of performance and inconsistency when everybody else is doing it? When are you going to wake up to the fact that everybody's playing like that? Everybody's underperforming. Everybody's inconsistent. Everybody's crap. It's not just Paul Pogba. And then when you realise it's not just Pogba, it's everybody, you then realise it's the bloody manager's fault. We're a joke.
Yep. He's Mr. Negative all the time. I mean, if he's not giving us fans something to be positive or cheerful about, then what can we do? We can't make up fake things. We're living off what he's saying in his press conferences. His press conferences are always negative. So how can we be positive? And it's awful.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting now, because remember the Manchester derby, we went 2-1 down, and I said you could switch this game on and think United were winning because City were trying to get the third goal. We were showing no intent to get the equaliser because Mourinho never wants to get smashed, and I wonder now whether that might happen. We've got a couple of contributions. The Mert says, I can't understand this Matic conspiracy. Why is he playing? Buy Flex a beer on me for having to travel out for this. Thanks for the contribution. And Dylan Walsh says, these players need to grow up and play for the badge and the fans. Sick of these horrible performances. It's a joke. Half our team should be sold. I still think it comes down to the manager, Dylan, but I do agree with you that this is Liverpool. I even said before the game, I want Mourinho gone. But today isn't really about that. Today is about our biggest rival and stopping them go top of the league. Where is the effort levels from our players in this game? They've been slow to the ball. They've lost the 50-50s. The tactics are terrible. We know that. We expect that under Mourinho. But you should still be winning your 50-50s. You should still be quick to the ball. And we're not. It's shocking. I mean, you've got Keita skipping past. Was that Herrera or was it Matic? I think it was Herrera that time.
Herrera, yeah.
But we've done nothing. We've done absolutely nothing in this game. Yeah. Dalot's on a yellow card now, so that makes him redundant.
Yeah, and Dalot is virtually playing as the right back now. He's being pushed so far back by, is it Robertson for Liverpool down that left-hand side?
No, he's absolutely dominating, mate. Absolutely dominating.
But even Liverpool, when they're not panicking, when they're clearing the ball either, it just, United, there's just no effort. No effort at all. It's almost as if as soon as they started this game, they think, oh yeah, we've been beat already.
I tell you what surprises me the most is that, I'm no manager. But, and this is going to sound really stupid, but I think that I could sort that defence out better than Jose Mourinho, which obviously is ridiculous because Jose Mourinho is one of the best managers there's ever been. But what it really does show, and my point is, that this Rui Faria was obviously a very, very, very big part of Mourinho's success.
Yes.
Because we cannot defend anymore. We can't defend anymore. And that's something that Mourinho was always notorious for, being able to defend. He cannot defend anymore. And if you can't defend, and we also know that Mourinho doesn't create many chances, it's a recipe for disaster. We can't defend and we don't create many chances. Last season, we were arguably the worst team to finish second because, we weren't that good. We were quite clinical, but we could defend. But when you can't defend, you're going to be where we are. I mean, the Turbo Warrior 343 says, hi Mark, when Jose was announced as manager, people were over the moon because of his history. I never bought it. There's a reason he took Premier League winning side to 16th. Today is evidence of that. I just think without Rui Faria, he cannot defend. And if you cannot defend, then Jose Mourinho, he struggles. I just wanted to talk about that for a moment. Let me have a look here.
I think we've already conceded more goals this season than what we did throughout the whole of last season, haven't we?
Yes. Well, we're 27.
Yeah.
And I think last season we conceded 28, or the season before it was 27 and 28. Yeah. So
I mean,
it's not even Christmas and we've done that.
There. Yeah. Not even halfway through technically yet, and already. The defence is an absolute shambles. So I think, I know you're not a lover of the stats and that, but I think the facts are there. It's there in black and white. Without Faria there, taking charge of defensive duties in training.
I mean, what? Who is Ashley Young marking on that goal?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
He gives him 5 yards, watches the ball. That is why Ashley Young is crap. He watches that ball and gives Mane 5 yards.
He even sees someone past him, Mark. That's the thing. He's right next to him. As that ball, just before that ball is played in over the top, Mane stood right next to Ashley Young. So why didn't Ashley Young follow him?
It's awful defending from Ashley Young, that is. And it's the stupid thing is he just made a really good tackle just before that.
1-1.
Yes, get in, Jesse Lingard. 1-1. There's your best keeper in the world. Alisson spills it. Lingard makes it 1-1. Hey, come on! Get in there! Jesse Lingard, smooth as you like. He's shitting snowballs. The guy is cool. Yeah, where are you now, Roy Keane and Gary Neville? Slating him for bringing out a new bloody clothesline. He's sat you down. Jesse Lingard, 1-1. I mean, it's opportunist. It's a cross from Lukaku. Alisson absolutely drops it there. And Jesse Lingard makes it 1-1. Come on! Come on, we've got to get something out of this. Come on, let's have it. Let's have it. 1-1.
Bit of fortune about that goal, I think. But, I mean, Alisson, he caught it, and as he's gone down, the bounce.
Best keep, better than De Gea, apparently. Better than De Gea, apparently.
No chance. But bit of fortune with that goal. Very lucky, I think, to get that one back. But Jesse Lingard.
This is the funny thing. If we can get a draw or a win out of this through banter, I'm signing up for that because, it matters that much.
Lingard, right place, right time. But, I think United, it's going to go back to what it was. United are going to sit back again. They'll stick to their game plan.
It is really fortuitous, and Liverpool fans will be furious. We don't care. We don't care. Jesse Lingard with his new clothesline. I don't mean he's going to put some washing out in the back garden. I mean, he's got a new clothesline, and apparently Gary Neville and Roy Keane were having a pop at him. But fair play to local lad as well. I love it when the local lads score in the games like this. But get in there. Get in there. This is it, though. Absolutely dominated. But
that's what we needed.
Concentration levels, Liverpool. Concentration levels. Yeah. Lucky Mourinho. Lucky team. Look, I'm there with you. I agree. But what do you want me to do? Not celebrate it? Bring back Karius, says Lee. They already have, haven't they? It's Karius in a wig.
Well, I remember saying a few weeks ago, Mourinho's got Lady Luck on his side, and I think that goal there just proves that United have been absolutely shit in this first half. For a derby, they've been terrible. But a fortuitous bit of luck, that's what we needed. The United back in it, so who knows? I mean, Derby, form goes out the windows in Derby, but you'd have to say on the evidence of what we've seen, United are very lucky to be 1-0 at the minute. Liverpool again coming forward. I mean, look at the amount of time Fabinho's got there. Look. Look, Lingard, poor pass. But Liverpool again coming forward.
Something to cling on to, something to believe in. We spoke about belief before the game. We knew it was going to be difficult. But
that's the sort of thing that can happen, though. If you ride your luck a bit and press the opposition, you never know. You never know what could happen. It's no good United coming here and just sitting there and thinking, right, okay, we're going to set up for a 0-0 and that's it. Mourinho's got to show some belief in these players that they can get a result. I mean, Firmino's got it here. Fabinho, edge of the box, goes round Ashley Young, Mane.
Straight at De Gea.
Straight at De Gea. But Ashley Young got skinned again there on the edge of the box by Fabinho. One step over and Ashley Young's taken out of the picture. It's not even a step over, he just moved it to his left foot.
Well, I tell you what, Alisson, best goalkeeper in the world apparently, made a mistake. You know what, in all seriousness, Alisson's a good goalkeeper, but I never bought into this he's better than De Gea stuff. As I said when we had Craig on the other night from Anfield Agenda, you wouldn't want De Gea, we wouldn't want Alisson, and I think De Gea's the best goalkeeper in the world. But it's if I was a neutral, I'd be like, well, this is a test for Liverpool. They have been the better team. How good are they? Can they come back from what is a very lucky goal for Manchester United?
In. How's that a foul, ref? Come on. That's never a foul.
But from our point of view, we just reset the clock. Manchester United, undeservedly, but, sod it. Why is it undeserved? Lukaku will get a load of compliments for that. It was an absolutely crap cross. Alisson's just crap. It's an absolute blunder by Alisson. And there, Lingard, he nearly even says the follow-up. But look, it's lucky. But football has an element of luck to it. And if we can get lucky today, I don't care. If we can come out of here with a draw, yeah, it's not a great result for United, really, because we're still going to be 10 points off 4th place. But if we can come out of here with something, I'll be over the moon. I'll be over the moon.
I think De
Gea did make a mistake against Arsenal, John Miller. He did, but
games like, well, come on.
So United might hopefully get something from that now and think, ooh. See, that's good hold-up play by Lukaku. Ooh, bloody hell, he's going to get booked for that.
Oh.
He will get booked for that, Lukaku. Yeah. It was a nasty tackle. I thought it was. In the modern game, he'll get booked for it.
In games like this, I think the result matters more than the performance.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you just want to get a positive result, come away, and that's it.
In fairness, I don't think Lukaku should be tackled for that. It's just his first touch. He's trying to control his first touch.
God, you know what? That could have been a red.
I think that's why he grabs his head. I think he's faking his head injury.
Oh, he's got the ball first. Yeah, he's got the ball first, but it's dangerous.
We never even touched his head.
No, he didn't, did he?
I think maybe he's holding his head because he's in pain. I really enjoy your work, Mark, says the Machine 94. And Marcus, don't forget him. Thanks for the contribution, pal. So United 1-1. Big smile on my face, United fan, obviously. And, very, very pleased that we're back in it. But Abiel Leon says, move Rashford to centre forward and put Martial on the left. To be fair to Jose, I think he would have done that today. I don't think Martial's fully fit. So Lukaku's on a yellow card now, joins Delo. To be honest, I don't think it was a yellow card. I just think in the modern game, it's a bit like the tackle Van Dijk did, isn't it, in the week where did he get booked for that one on
I saw a replay of that. That was a horrendous tackle. I mean, fair play, you got the ball, but oh mate, when you see it in slow motion and you see the guy's ankle bend, made me sick to my stomach.
And he played on after that. I thought it would have been career-ending. Anyway, Robertson with the free kick. Well headed out by United, and they pick it up. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We've got fan cams afterwards. We've got a call-in afterwards. Here's Rashford on the break. And I think Firmino might get a booking, no?
I think he's got away with that. I think Lingard and Ashley Young are having a word there, saying how comes...
I'll tell you what I hate as well, all this, when Ashley Young does it all the fucking time. You're a dickhead, mate. You're the reason we're 1-0 down, and you're going up to referees with this stuff because they talk behind the mouth, behind the hand. I hate it. Mourinho's moaning about that, saying Firmino should have been booked. I don't think it was a booking. I thought it was a foul. Phil Jones is on the bench. Oh yeah, of course he is, because Bailly came off the bench this morning, so Phil Jones got promoted to the bench. God, don't get him on. But United have seemed to have taken a bit of confidence, and I think Liverpool probably need half time. They'll be like, "How are we 1-1?"
Yeah, definitely. They've definitely had the better chances. I mean, all United have done is that cross from Lukaku in the goal. They've not really shown any attacking intent at all.
Lukaku again. He's
atrocious. Yeah,
he is absolutely atrocious. He tried a bit of skill and basically passed it to a Liverpool player. Liverpool fans pleading to get Phil Jones. There's a pass to Lingard. Get your bloody head up. Yeah. Eddie Herrera never gets his head up. Lingard's furious with him. If he gets his head up, there's a slip-in for Lingard one-on-one, and he's just running with his head down like this. Like a bloody idiot, Herrera. That's twice today he's done that already. Get your bloody head up. There was a pass to put Lingard in one-on-one, and he's looking at the ground. Get your bloody head up. You're a Premier League footballer.
Matic did well to cut the ball out there.
He's done it again. Herrera. Get your bloody head up.
I mean, Liverpool putting on that much pressure. Van Dijk's even forward.
Oh, Lindelof there. You had that. What's the overlap? Got to get to half time. Get to half time. Get a bit of organisation out, and then we go again.
Come on, Rashford. See, Rashford should be getting a little bit quicker there in front of Firmino. I mean, look at the amount of passes they're doing. You know, it's then you look at what United do in the final third, and it's a total contrast.
See, I would like to see Pogba on the pitch because we're moaning about Herrera getting his head up, and the one thing Pogba does do is he does get his head up, and he can play that sort of pass there. It irritates me when players of this level of footballer don't get their head up, especially as a midfielder. You've got to be looking for them runs.
Yeah, I think that's where the lack of creativity in the middle of the park comes from. You know, they're not creative midfielders in there.
Trader Zone says Matic is killing any forward progress for United. Every ball goes sideways or backwards. Yeah, well, we've said that about Matic so many times before. Static Matic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of minutes to go to half time. And I think United now, it's just about getting to half time. Probably a little bit fortuitous, but the chance was there.
Yeah. Oh, man. Lukaku being bullied off the ball by Van Dijk. He can't even use his strength to good effect anymore. Fabinho, deflected, corner.
Would just be typical of United to get back in a game and then sit back again.
Yeah, and it'll be the curse of the second half, won't it? We're always a team of two halves.
Turbo Warrior says, when Martial is fully fit, put him up front, no one else, just Martial. Hard to believe he's half the price of Lukaku and knows how to play as a striker. If we sell Lukaku, who should we get as a replacement? I like Icardi from Italy, to be honest, but Robertson, he's put in... Look, fortunately, most of Liverpool's crosses have been crap. Like Robertson's just been hitting him on the ground. I don't know whether that's part of their plan, but it's certainly not causing us any problems because they've had a lot of corners. I don't think we've had a corner, have we? Which just shows the
we've
the
had
level.
one. I think second half, United are going to be absolutely under pressure. They're in again. Oh, great save to Haya. Oh, he's offside.
It was offside anyway, but it's still good.
I think, second half, Liverpool will be attacking the cop end, wouldn't they? So it's going to be a totally different ball game, second half. They've just got to hang on 2 minutes added on. Keep it at 1-1. And Mourinho will be quite happy with that. I think even though there's not been many attempts, I think we've only had like 2 or 3 attempts. But we go in at half-time 1-1, quite luckily.
I agree with Kay. It's still brilliant from De Gea.
Yeah, it's good save. Yeah, good save with his right foot. I mean, Klopp looks like, how the hell are we not winning this game?
Well, I'd have took 0-0 at half-time, so I'm very happy with 1-1.
I think that's Mourinho's plan, though, every game, isn't it? Not get beat, no matter what. But this season, it just hasn't worked out for him like that.
MT says, I think we're doing okay. Lukaku's a disgrace, says Wintow. Well, I think we're doing well. I think to sort of merge those two comments together, we're doing okay to say that we've got 10 men. I know Lukaku put the cross in, but you know we get the assist is Alisson's, isn't it? It's not Lukaku's. Yeah. It's a crap cross, to be honest with you. But I think Lukaku has been poor as ever. You know, he can't hold the ball up. Got himself booked because his first touch is crap. You know, but I think we've got no other choice because Martial wasn't fit. Lindelof's playing good, given that he's back from injury. Also, Matic out, Pogba in second half. Says Pradney Wadke, and it is half time. I think Lindelof has done well. I'm very, very surprised that Lindelof's even fit to be on the bench, let alone starting a game. He's looked good. It is raining in Liverpool, so maybe that was something to do with what went wrong with Alisson. But it is half time. Manchester United, some would say, quite fortuitous to be going in at 1-1. But you know the reality is the keeper spilt it. Lingard was there. It's a legit goal. Poor defending from Manchester United on the goal for Liverpool. And to be honest with you, there was a big part of me that thought when it's 1-0 to Liverpool, we ain't coming back from that. But you know the chance arose. We took it, and it sets it up for a very interesting second half. And already, I just sort of think we're either going to scam it and win it, because, you never know, we could nick another one, or hopefully we can hold out for a draw, because, I don't see anything in the bigger picture, Marcus. I don't see anything from United in that half. I think the midfield was embarrassing, and I think Lukaku, again, just not holding the ball up, not delivering anything. So, that is going to have to improve in the second half. I'd like to see Martial come on. I'd like to see Rashford go central. I'd like to see Martial go to the left. And I'd like to see Pogba come into the midfield for either Herrera or Matic. But I don't think he's going to make that substitution, if I'm totally honest with you.
No, I don't think he will either. I think in Mourinho's eyes, you'll probably think that the midfield three have done really well, considering the amount of play that Liverpool had. But when you're watching the game, you can just tell. I mean, the goal Liverpool scored, Fabinho had so much time and space to just pick that pass out to Mane, and Ashley Young, I don't know what he was doing.
Well, he's looking right at it as well. He's watching the ball.
Right. He stood right next to him, Mark. That's the thing. He stood right next to him. He's not even tracking the run, And when the goal goes in, he's looking at the linesman as if to say, well, that's offside. Well, no, mate.
Yeah, clearly not, because he's looking in front of him, isn't it?
Exactly.
I don't rate Ashley Young. I think Ashley Young lives off this reputation of pocketing Mo Salah when we park the bus. I think when this, that's just basic defending from Ashley Young. He's watching the flight of the ball. He doesn't attack it. He doesn't stick close to his man. And, it's a very easy goal for Mane. I don't know what Ashley Young's doing. But obviously Mourinho won't come out and say Ashley Young was terrible on that, because Ashley Young's one of his boys. But, if it was Luke Shaw last season or whatever, he'd go absolutely mad about it. But, Young will be protected because it's Ashley Young. But it was absolutely terrible defending from Ashley Young. Liverpool will probably feel they've not done enough. I mean, I spoke about having a lot of corners there. Not major clear-cut chances, to be honest, but they've had a few half chances. It's going to be interesting to see how Liverpool go in the second half, whether they've got another gear to go into it, because they are playing for top place. If they draw this game or lose it, they won't be top. And, it's a big test of what their character's all about. Today for Liverpool is about beating their biggest rival and sending a statement out. For United, I think, if we draw, the gap between us and fourth is going to be bigger than it was this morning. If we win, we maintain that gap. So, effectively, we've got to try and win. But I think Jose will see a draw as a win, Marcus.
He will do, yeah. I mean, in normal circumstances, we would say if we were in a title race, we would probably be looking at this thinking, a draw away to Liverpool is a good result.
Which is what he's done in the last 2 years, to be fair.
Yeah. Even with the results that we've had lately. But, I mean, when you're so far off the top four, nothing other than a win is going to do today. It's absolutely terrible. Chelsea went in, Arsenal dropped points. It's a good opportunity for United to close the gap on Arsenal, but apart from that, it doesn't really benefit us in any other way, to be honest. We're back to square one again. So, for Liverpool, there's a great opportunity to go top of the table. If they went top of the table today, they'd probably be there going into after Christmas as well, which will want as a psychological thing. That would be a pretty good thing for them to have over Manchester City. But yeah, I mean, for United's point of view, the football has been absolutely atrocious in the first half. It has been shut up shop. I think probably from about 5-6 minutes into the game, United have sat back, allowed Liverpool to play in front of them, and they got caught for it. They really did. It was a fantastic ball by Fabinho, but United fortuitously equalised with Lingard from a massive clanger from Alisson.
Yes, but Liverpool fans can't moan too much. Alisson's been very, very good for them, and to be honest with you, that sort of thing, that does happen. So they'll just have to live with it. Andrew Rossi says midfield play is atrocious once again. No Pogba to blame, which I think is a good point. And he says, at what point are people going to realise the real problem? Thanks for the contribution, Andrew. I think it's a great point. I think the midfield has been terrible. I think that the performance from United has been terrible. I think that the effort from United has been terrible. But somehow we go in 1-1 because that's football. That's the beauty of football, is that it will always has an opportunity to throw up a silly, uneven result. But if Liverpool feel aggrieved, they've got a second half, and United have got a second half to play to build off something that was very fortunate. So there's no escape for either team. All right, maybe Liverpool feel a bit unhappy that it's 1-1, but United should feel very happy it's 1-1. And there's another half there. United should use that as an opportunity to capitalise on that luck. Liverpool should use it as an opportunity to turn the injustice around. So I think the second half is intriguing. Which way do you think it's going to go, Marcus?
I think it's... Do you know what? After that first half, I hate to say it, but I think it'll probably go Liverpool's way. But so far, my score prediction has come true. So I'm hoping it stays like this, because I think United would do very well to come away from here with a point. Based on their performance in the first half, 2 or 3 attempts, they've scored with a bit of luck. But Liverpool, you've got to say, they've been the dominant side. They've created the chances. They've looked like the team that want to score and want to win the game. I've not seen United match Liverpool in terms of effort or spirit of the team that's in there. The energy levels of United are very slow to press the ball. The passing is absolutely atrocious. The midfield, as quite a few of the comments and you said, is not there. It's non-existent. But I think the man for me, in United's eyes, the man and a half for me at the minute is Bay. I think he's done fantastic.
Especially because he wasn't even meant to be starting.
5 minutes before the game, I think Bay's done absolutely tremendous in that first half. And I think that just goes to show we need a character like that in our defence, a solid unit in there that's willing to put his body on the line. I mean, the amount of clearances he did in that first half off the edge of the box, absolutely amazing. And he's always there. He's always in the right position. He's made a couple of dodgy passes, but apart from that, he has been quite solid for me in that first half.
It's like somebody said before the game, with Eric Bailly, I mean, he's going to play 90 minutes. So Mourinho, he was obviously fit to play 90 minutes, but Mourinho was going to go into this game with Matteo Darmian. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't know whether it's a good or bad thing, but I haven't noticed Darmian in that game. I've noticed Eric Bailly, and I've noticed Lindelof, and that's obviously because they've been making a lot of tackles. I haven't noticed Darmian. I really haven't noticed him at all. And maybe people in the live comments, because Marcus just said he hasn't either. I haven't noticed him at all. So, but Darmian was going to start this game with Smalling and Lindelof, and Bailly was going to be on the bench. Smalling got injured just before the kickoff, so Bailly plays. Bailly's been absolutely fantastic. So again, I don't understand Mourinho's man management of Eric Bailly at all, to be honest with you. But...
Well, I mean, I think the Darmian thing is, you could probably say that's why we've not been seeing Dalot down that left-hand side very often, or down the right-hand side, shall I say, because when Darmian's picking the ball up, when they started in the first half, Dalot had Darmian behind him and wasn't seeing the ball at all. And Dalot had a very, very quiet first half. He's our best crosser, I think, in that team. So why they didn't constantly feed him down that right-hand side, I don't know. But he was countless times I saw him there one-on-one. When he's got the ball down there in the last 10 minutes, he's looked to go past the left-back of Liverpool. He's tried to beat him. He's looked to go forward. He's looked to get the ball in, but it's just been blocked. And then it's the total opposite on the left-hand side. Rashford's got 2-3 people around him. He's getting the ball, he's running with the ball, but he's losing it. So I think we should make a bit more use of Dalot in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's on a yellow card. Lukaku's on a yellow card, so we've got to be a little bit careful about that. But we are in a situation here where we don't know what's going to happen in the second half. I mean, Marcus has said what he thinks. I think it could go either way, if I'm totally honest with you. But I am confident that maybe Manchester United, if we can just hang in there, you never know what's going to happen. And I think that's what we've got to do in the second half. Just hang in there and maybe Liverpool will make another mistake. Maybe we'll actually create a chance, Marcus. Maybe, because we haven't created a chance. So you'd hope that in a 90-minute game, United will create a chance. And if we create a chance, then maybe that'll be our... Maybe, and Liverpool don't score again. Maybe that's our big hope.
Well, this is the thing, you're relying on hope. You're hoping Liverpool don't create a clear-cut opportunity in the 45 minutes. I don't think that's not going to happen. You're hoping that United are clinical enough that if they get that chance, they can put it away. I don't trust the hope in that either. We know what Lukaku's like. We know what Rashford's finishing is like. And I think if it's going to fault anyone to put it away, it's got to be Lingard. I mean, he's shown we got that one opportunity we had. He was there, right place, right time, and he put it in the back of the net.
I think he does work well in that attacking. And what I would say about Lingard is, I've said it before.
He does, yeah.
He's good in that central position. He's definitely better than he is out on the right. I just think Lingard's a last 20 minute sub-bench player for United if you want to win a league. But a team that's fighting for 6th, Lingard's probably first team, to be fair. Links in the video description for NetBet. Remember, you've got to be over 18 and please do gamble responsibly. If you want to put bets on, they've got an offer here which I'll just play for you. New customer offer up to £25 matched free bet. So you can bet up to £25 and they will match that in free bets for you. The link is in the video description for NetBet. So take it a go. I mean, you could get United to win at 6-1 and a draw at 4-1. I don't know what it is in play now. It's probably come down a little bit, but there might be a few people who fancy the draw. Which I would have been very happy with at the start of the game. There might be a few people who fancy the United win, or maybe Liverpool. I bet their odds on winning maybe still will be favourites, but there may be an opportunity there to put a bet on that. So link is in the video description with NetBet. Give it a go. I think second half. Where am I going to go second half with this? Come
on, mate. Put your neck on the line. Come on.
I think logically that Liverpool are still going to win, but I would just love us to get something today. It's not, for me, it's not about Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho needs to go. I mean, look at the tactics again today. They're bordering on embarrassing, let's be honest with you. Yeah. But if we can just pull something out today to stop Liverpool going top would be so good for us. So I really hope that we can.
A lot of people in the comments saying the big man's come on.
Pogba.
Fellaini.
I retract my statement. This game is lost.
Yeah, he is on. Yeah. Who's he come on for?
Fellaini on
let us know in the comments, guys. Who's he coming for? But he is on. I mean, to be honest, I can see a bit of logic in that, because Lukaku holding the ball up is absolutely atrocious. And I think if Mourinho's looking at winning the game, he needs someone up there who can get hold of that ball, slow the play down, and bring the midfield forward a bit. So I can see that. Is it the right way to go in this sort of game? Maybe.
Well, to be honest, this shows me why Lukaku's still on the pitch.
Yeah, Lukaku's on, but who's he come on for? Matic is still on there.
Delay.
Well,
that's shite. That is.
Yeah, no more.
That's a terrible substitution. Sack this manager.
Yeah, why he's obviously then going to go with. Let's see.
Fucking Delay was actually. This is it. It's always the young player who gets sacrificed, isn't it? It's always the young player that gets taken off. Well,
he was on a yellow as well.
Well, so's Lukaku.
Yeah, but you can.
Stop trying to make excuses. There aren't any. It's just bloody disgraceful. Takes a young player off at half-time at Anfield. I mean, what do you think that's going to do for his confidence as well? This is the thing. There's never any consideration, is there? I'm taking you off at half-time. It doesn't matter what level of football you play at. If you're subbed at half-time, it's basically an indication that you're crap. And also, as many people in the live comments are saying, it's ignoring Pogba to bring Fellaini on.
Yeah,
there's
it's
that
a defensive
as well.
change, isn't it? It is a defensive change. Maybe he thought that Delay can't really be trusted to not get another yellow in the second half. You know,
He's
is
brought
young.
Fellaini on so that De Gea's got somebody to hit with the long ball, hasn't he? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the flick-ons and it's the chest control. That's what it's all about. And straight away, Fellaini wins the flick-on. So hopefully he's looking. I mean, Rashford's in behind here. Ball across. Oh, I weren't far away from Lukaku there. It was a little bit slower. But yeah, wrong change for me. There was no need to bring him on. Salah's in. There was no need to bring him on at half time. Maybe in the last 15, 20 minutes. Then yeah, you know, no need to bring him on this early.
I just think it's totally about bringing a player on so you can go long ball, and that's all we've done, and that's what we are. We're a long ball team. Oh dear.
Ashley Young's down here at the minute.
Good, get off.
But yeah, Rashford's still out on the left. It's still the same formation, I think. So he's literally playing Fellaini at the head of the midfield three with Herrera and Matic sitting behind him.
Yeah, I mean it's like a 4-3-3, isn't it?
Yeah, Lingard's right, Rashford's left, and Lukaku through the middle. So yeah, he switched formation now then. I mean, even when Lukaku's chasing the ball down, he looks so cumbersome. We've got Ashley Young at left back. Darmian's gone right back. So yeah, 4-3-3 definitely now.
Robertson past
Salah.
Salah. If he got a good connection there, he didn't. Come on, United. Do it against the odds.
Yeah. Ashley Young taking way too long on the ball there down the left-hand side. Way too young. Rashford was spinning in behind Klein then. Should have played that earlier.
Sorry, the timer's been running. I just hadn't turned it on.
Oh, Mane. Going past
tackle?
Young. Yeah. Ashley Young standing off him again.
Well, Smith says Pogba should show leadership and have a go at Mourinho for this. Total negative display in such a big game.
I mean, why wouldn't you bring someone on with a bit of attacking intent? Why do you make a negative defensive change at half time? And that just shows Mourinho's thinking. It shows his logic in the game, what he wants to do with this game. He wants to shut up shop now and keep the 1-1.
Or try and nick a goal from a set piece.
Yeah, but the only way they'll do that, Mark, is with the flick on, wouldn't they? From Marwan. They'll hopefully you can get a flick on and Jesse will run in and put it away. But the way the second half starting again,
look at Liverpool on the attack here and look how many men we've got behind the ball. It literally is a park the bus. Everybody.
Yeah. Even Lukaku's on the edge of the box then.
Yeah. 49th minute and everybody on the edge of the box.
I think that's a foul. Yeah. Herrera wrongly diving in there. He didn't even get the ball. No need for that. Silly mistakes. Liverpool with a corner, left-hand side of our... Well, actually, it'll be the right-hand side from De Gea's point of view.
Brandon Coombs says, should be in Pogba, won't matter with Lukaku. Thanks, Brandon. And Gemini says, a good manager gets the best out of his players. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thanks for the contribution, pal. So, Fellaini will just mark Van Dijk because that's what he's on the pitch for now, to win the ball in the air. Robertson with a decent cross. Fabinho, they wanted a bit of a handball there. Referee says no, that's good. Play on.
Mourinho was on the sidelines there telling the players to get out. But Herrera did well there. Skipped past 2 challenges. Well, Lukaku, actually decent first touch there for a change.
Terrible ball by Fellaini, out for a throw-in.
Yeah, out for a throw-in, yeah.
Looking at Lingard, easy pass, puts it out for a throw-in. There's no way that was a handball for Liverpool, no way.
I think they need to get someone on here who can... someone like Mata. I think a bit of technical ability. Martial, bit of pace.
Yeah, but that's too much of an attacking move, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This is the thing now. I mean, if he brings them on any time in the second half, he's going to go against what he's done with bringing Fellaini on. Oh, great save.
Good save by De Gea, and a good block by Ashley Young on the throw up.
What a save from De Gea from Naby Keita, I think it was.
I'll tell you what, though. I hope we can get a result in this, but I'm bloody... Oh, Eric Bays. Oh, no, he's... I think he's...
Someone's down there. Completely knocked out, I think. The ball in over the top again, that cheeky ball. Oh, De Gea,
it's just the way he fell on his
landed
back.
on his back, yeah.
The ref should have bloody blown up there.
Well, it's not a head injury, is it?
No. Time wasting already, says Google Breton. Look, you know, as a United fan, I must just say I'm massively embarrassed by this second half already. The 7 minutes in, it's not going to stop me saying I want United to scam a draw or even better a win. But we are parking the bus. Fellaini is a terrible substitution, and you know it might get us a result. Is it how I want my team to play when you've got people like Martial and Pogba on the bench? 100% no. It's an embarrassment. But if it gets us a result, it gets us a result. But we are parking the bus here. It's just not good enough. We don't want Bailly going off because it means Phil Jones.
Yeah. I do agree with what you said there. It is a bad substitution so early in the game. Straight on half time, a negative change straight away. If it was the last 15-20 minutes, yeah, okay, you could probably say, yeah, it's a good change because he wants to keep a point. But making it so early in the game, absolutely ridiculous. When you held him with the corner, coming. Oh.
Good header that was by Fellaini. I mean, look, I'm not going to knock Fellaini and say that, you know, obviously, as a 2009 Stoke player, he's great. You know, he wins high balls. Is that how you want Manchester United to play? For me, no. I mean,
He's back on.
Eric Bailly, you better bloody play on, mate. We cannot have Phil Jones running around in his socks. I don't know how Mourinho can be stood there joking with Jurgen Klopp. It just shows the man's under no pressure at all. And also, why are we parking the bus when we need to bloody win?
Yeah, exactly.
This is how United make me feel lately. I hate it, says Michael Van Gerwen. Thank you for the contribution. Well, this is it. We're parking the bus for a draw, but we're actually going to be 2 points further off fourth if we draw. You know, I know a draw is not a terrible result for us at Anfield, but actually we need to try and find a way to win the game. And I agree with that. You know, Kay says Lukaku can't hold the ball up. Again, it's much the same as the Valencia game. It's been like playing with 10 men. We are basically parking the bus, says Rahul. Oh, yes. Yes, we are. We definitely are.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. No, there's no intent from United to go forward at the minute. It is just the long balls up to Lukaku or Rashford down the left-hand side.
It'd be interesting to see how Liverpool approach it, because will they go with an attacking change? Will they keep persevering? You know, will they bring somebody on with a bit of height? I don't think they've got anybody with a bit of height, have they?
No. I think they're.
They might chuck Van Dijk forward at some point.
Yeah, they do have that option. I think the way they're playing and the way they're moving the ball about quite quickly and freely, there's no need for them to change anything at the minute. But I can guarantee you'll probably see Klopp. I don't know what Liverpool's bench is, but you'll probably end up seeing Sturridge or Sakiri come on if they're on the bench. I mean, look at that. I mean, Jesse Lingard hounded by 3 players straight away. There's no out ball at all.
Well, where's Lukaku there? That ball there that Herrera's played forward. I said this before the game. Lukaku has got to be the man who gets on that on the end of that ball. When Herrera plays it forward, he's got to fight tooth and nail to get there because he's got to relieve the pressure. What happens? Van Dijk's there. Klein shoots. We're defending another corner. It's just relentless, and you can't. I don't think this United team can park the bus anyway. I don't think it's good enough. But 8 corners to 0.
8 corners, yeah. I thought we did have one in the first half. Obviously not. But
see, they've just said that on the commentary. Lukaku's got to do more. You know, they know like we know.
He's just standing there on the halfway line. He expects that ball to come straight to his feet. He's not willing to chase the ball down or make a run in behind. He's absolutely useless as a United number 9. Absolutely useless.
To be honest, if I was Klopp, I'd twist Mourinho's arm and just go one at the back. We're not playing anyone up front anyway. Just pull one of the centre backs and stick them up front and see what United do. Because I think Lovren could deal with Lukaku, and I think I could deal with Lukaku. To be honest, I haven't played for 3 months.
That's it. All you got to do is just keep him on his right foot, isn't it? It's pretty simple. It is pretty simple. It's not a hard job. You probably find Van Dijk will probably go get forward a hell of a lot more now than what he did in the first half. Because even now, I mean, look at him, Mark. He's not even pressurising him on the ball. He's the closest player to the ball, Lukaku, closest United player, and he's not even willing to make him hurry. Absolutely awful. Not even trying to hurry him into a mistake.
Well, but having said that, you know, you can say it's the board's fault for not sacking Mourinho. You can say it's Mourinho's fault for keeping Lukaku on the pitch. Why is he on the pitch? He's absolutely... I thought, as I said before the game, I thought Lukaku's performance against Valencia was one of the worst striking performances I've ever seen in a United shirt. And it's no better today. It's awful. Absolutely dreadful player.
Yeah, I think what you see with Lukaku is what you get. I don't think there's any room for improvement for him. I think this is it now. That's what he is as a striker.
Justice O said this Pogba situation is unbelievable. He's the best midfielder in the world based on talent. It's the manager's job to get the best out of all of his talent. Pogba is doing his best based on the tactics. Keep it up, Mark. Thanks for the contribution, Justice O.
But even Lovren's getting forward now and taking shots. I mean, all right, they're going well over, but they're still attempting. That's how far United are sitting back and how shit we are at pressing.
The Strange says United have no plan. Well, we definitely have got a plan. It is literally park the bus. Yeah. You know, the logical result says Jose will scam a draw and be here all year. Well, to be honest with you, it's Liverpool. I want to draw. I want to win. You know, I want United to get a result. Do I like the way we're going to do it? No, I hate it. But I want that result. It's really important that we don't lose to Liverpool. You know, you never want to lose to Liverpool. But to be honest with you, if we did scam a draw, I'd still sack him. I would have sacked him ages ago. I think he's an absolute embarrassment as a manager. It's just not.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing.
Yeah, the way we play for these results is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, people will be satisfied with a win or a draw. Of course we would, but it's the way we're picking them up. It's the way we're setting our team out to go out there and grind it.
Robert Moore's made a contribution. He says, "Get Jones on, only man in our squad who can score." Yeah, it'd be good it'd be a good late substitution for Liverpool.
Yeah, no, I mean
Van Dijk's going to shoot here from a long way out. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm happy if Liverpool are shooting from 30, 40 yards because it means, it's got to be something spectacular to beat De Gea from there. But
I mean, even a left back, absolutely, no one is stopping them.
It is backs to the wall, and it has been for the first 15 minutes. So I'm afraid it's probably going to be like it for the next half an hour as well.
But it's all Liverpool just absolutely piling forward. United just can't get out of the half. Can't get out of the half. And the donkey up front ain't helping us by holding up the ball and bringing anyone else into play.
A lot of people saying park the bus, United. Look, hands up, we know we're parking the bus. Do we like it? No, this is what we do. Salah's in the box. He's got loads of room. Dinks it to the back post.
Oh.
And is it a corner? Is it a throw-in? Well, it won't be a throw-in.
I think it's a corner, mate. I think it's come off the back of...
Yeah. It's another corner. So was that? There must be into double figures corners now, Liverpool. Fortunately, they haven't put a good one in. United have had 0 corners. That's what happens when you have no attacking intent. So his corners have been terrible.
They haven't, they?
Absolutely
from the
terrible.
left-hand side.
I like him. I think he's a really good player. But well, Steve Schwallam's just said if Andy Robertson could cross, we'd be 3-0 by now. Who is defending our right side? Well, yeah, his corners have been terrible. And long may it continue because they're getting a lot of corners. Got another one here.
Yeah.
Well, Robertson's taking this corner. Can he get it off the ground? Hopefully not. I think Salah's coming over to take it, actually. He's saying, you're crap, mate. And it's not your save. It's not your day. Well, I mean, with Fellaini on, we should have the height.
Should be all right. Oh, even
Again,
Salah's
his is crap as well.
Absolutely awful corner taking from the left-hand side, but Mane's in. Van Dijk. Oh, another corner.
Another corner. Fortunately, Liverpool can't take corners because...
absolutely dreadful at the minute. I mean, United are holding firm, but the amount of pressure that's mounting now, would you fancy him to hold on?
There's just so long to go. He's, to park the bus from the first minute of the second half, it's a crap corner again, and United do clear it. But to park the bus, I mean, I suppose United are just sort of hoping that at some point they'll slip up and we'll capitalise, and that could happen. But
it's that change at half time. It's completely made us sit back a little bit deeper, probably about an extra 5 or 10 yards. We're sitting back now. But yeah, Fellaini, you're exactly right, mate. Spot on at half time, saying that the goal kicks are just going to be lumped to Fellaini to get a flick on. I mean, Lukaku, what are you doing, man? As if you're going to beat 2 players.
Ashley Young's done well there. Cross. Tell you what, Robertson did very, very, very well there, and it goes for a throw-in. Fellaini was on the back post. It was good play by Ashley Young.
He was waiting there at the back post, but
you'd have fancied Fellaini to score that as well.
He would have done, yeah.
Because he's virtually put himself in the net nearly.
Corner United.
Hey, we've got a corner. Bloody hell! 64 minutes. We've got a corner. Where's Fellaini running to? It's a corner, mate. You've got to go up. Mourinho is a tosser, says Digging Bit, and needs to be sacked. Worthless. They'd be better off coaching themselves. Thanks for the contribution. Well, this could be it. Imagine that. One 13 corners for Liverpool. 1 corner for United. Get ready to rumble.
See Marouane's on the edge of the box here. Wait, he's outside the box. Standing by the referee. Probably going to make a late entry in there. Yeah, there we go.
He's lofted it.
He's got it.
Yeah. Where's the second ball? Oh, Rashford, go with your head.
Yeah.
Josh Waring says, I hate to say it, but Arsenal losing today is going to keep the manager in a job for even longer. Yeah, but Arsenal are 5th. It's Chelsea who are 4th. 10 points ahead of us at the moment.
Do you know what? If Rashford went
That's
for
what
that
I mean. If he'd
head,
gone for that with his head, I think he'd have got a
a
penalty.
high foot.
Yeah. We've got another corner anyway. Corner number 2. Hoof to Fellaini. Here we go. Hang it up to Fellaini. Hoof.
Oh, Rashford nearly got on the end of that one.
Young.
High ball in. Out.
Right, Marcus, I'm just going to quickly pop to the toilet. I'm getting too excited.
Yeah, mate.
United just had 2 corners and it's made me need a wee. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So Andrew says, sorry to ask, but who scored the goals? So Liverpool went 1-0 up with Mane, and then United capitalised on a mistake from Alisson by Jesse Lingard. I think I just saw Shaqiri getting ready. You're 8 points behind Arsenal, says Jake. Good, you can count. Well done. Shaqiri's coming on. Who's coming off though? The change hasn't been made yet, has it? Xeon X says, "What? Never seen United playing such garbage. Damn, very bad, isn't it? Very bad." Hoof. We're lucky, says Knight. I think we are. I think we are lucky actually. The goal, the equaliser, was very lucky. Shaqiri getting ready now. Yep. Not sure if he's come on yet though. I think that Robertson at left back's had a good game. Who's coming on for United? No one yet, mate. No one, mate. Tony Locke says, have I ever been to Old Trafford? Yep, I have quite a few times in my lifetime. Kylie says, Marcus, if I get this right, I'm changing my name by default to Mystic George. Well, so far, I've got it right at the minute. George, I honestly don't see United winning this game. Oh, man, the ref gets in the way. A beautiful pass there from Fellaini. But Mane's in down the right now. Oh, Lindelof. No, that was Herrera. Interception.
Well, the second half is going quite quick. That's one positive.
Yep. Shaqiri stripped and ready to come on, mate.
It's interesting they're going for a smaller player. Here's Lingard, got a bit of space. Get moving, Lukaku. No, terrible ball.
Yes, I'm not sure who he's coming on for. I probably think maybe Wijnaldum.
They've got the overlap here with Klein. Manani went for it himself. Shoot straight to De Gea.
Right, De Gea from Wijnaldum. Oh dear.
Pressure's on Liverpool now, though.
It is, yeah, it is. They've got to step.
We've parked the bus. We've parked the bus. They've got to break that bus down.
I think we all would have took a point, before kick-off, but it's the manner and the way we get them. It's so not like United to play like this. What's Atkinson doing? Says Ibrahim. Don't know. And Mane's down the left. Darmian skinned again. Oh, good tackle actually by Darmian. Yeah, I thought you would have given that. And then it's just booted clear. Right, Shaqiri's coming on. Number 8. Keita going off. So Liverpool making an attacking change. One in the 3 points, obviously. Oh, so how are they going to set up now then? So Shaqiri's gone to the right hand side. See, look at them, look. United, apart from Rashford trying to close the ball down, Lingard and Lukaku not doing nothing. And Shaqiri's got the ball here, running. Try to slip in to Salah, but good interception. Herrera's lost out. Lukaku again. He's fucking slow, man. So slow. Come on, we got to make a change here. We've got to get hold of that ball in midfield. Got to get Pogba or Mata on.
It's just so there's nothing going on in for United at all.
Good shot.
It's
Straight to Gea. It's absolutely dreadful. The amount of passes we're losing in the middle. I've not seen Matic do a single thing in this second half so far either. Great tackle, Lindelof. Oh, Rashford. Where's the option on the right-hand side? There is no option there at all. It's got to go centrally. Lingard's
Lingard, come on.
Ball in too far.
Terrible.
Too far. It's like Fellaini's gone to the front post. Lukaku's just stood in the middle. Why didn't Lukaku just peel off his defender and go for the back post?
I really hope we can scam something. Hard to watch this, says Jim Dog the man. Thanks for the contribution, Jim Dog. I was just saying the same as putting a tweet out actually. I hope we can hold on. I hope we can scam a win, but don't anyone ever come at me and say that this is Manchester United. It is. We literally are a rich Stoke 2009. The tactics and the football are embarrassing, and it doesn't mean we can't win. Doesn't mean we can't win. Good save.
Shaqiri.
It's in. Fucking hell. All the bloody resistance of a poppadom catching a bowling ball. Shit. You sit back and that's what happens. They get a bit of luck. But if you attack, you will get a bit of luck, and that's what happens. They attack. They actually have a go. Absolutely terrible for Manchester United. Sitting back, bringing Fellaini on. Rich bloody 2000 in Stoke. I was just saying it. 2009, Stoke City. Sitting back, living in the land of... Where's David Attenborough? Because we're just a team of bloody giraffes. Yeah. Slow bloody giraffes. Trying to bloody keep them out. De Gea makes a good block. I mean, it's a fortuitous goal for Liverpool.
It is.
I ain't going to say it's lucky. How is it lucky when they're the only team trying to win a game of football? Because we parked the bus from minute 1 of the second half to bring bloody Giraffe Fellaini on. Matic the Giraffe. Herrera's having a laugh. Lukaku, we've been playing for 10 men for about 3 weeks. Every time that pillock starts, we're down to 10 men. I'm fed up of it. I'm absolutely fed up of it. I hoped that we could cling on. How are we going to get back into this game now? Marcus, what have we done? We scammed a draw, and then we've just sit back to try and defend it. Absolute banter. Get Mourinho out of our club. Get him out. He's a joke. He's an absolute joke. Who's the idiot sticking up for him now? Where's everybody saying it's the players? It's the bloody tactics. They are shit. Do you think these players go out at half-time and say, please bring Fellaini on so we can park the bus? Pogba and Martial will be sat there with straight faces, but inside they'll be sending messages to each other going, we're not even part of this shambles. Bloody joke.
It's really bad because when they showed the replay just then, there was a line of 6 or 7 Manchester United defenders all in a line in front of De Gea. Matic went into the back, Herrera went into the back, and not one of them stopped that ball coming in from Mane. He skipped past Darmian in the first place, but why didn't Matic? I mean, they're in again. Wijnaldum, no. But why didn't Herrera or Matic go towards the ball? Why did they just stand there in the 6-yard area? De Gea saw the first attempt late, hence why he's gone with his feet. But I mean,
how can you not sack him? Though? How can you not sack this manager at this point? He's come out. We scammed it. We know we did. We even said it. We scammed getting back to 1-1. And what's his attacking plan in the second half? Just defend. Just park the bus. Shoot Lingard.
Lingard. Fuck. Do you know what? I would even say let's not buy anyone in January. Let's just get rid of him. I really would. I mean, I know we're linked to Koulibaly and Skriniar and all that. Forget it. I think getting him out is more important.
Yeah, well, Joe Allen says, what does Gary Neville have to say now? Gary, Roy Keane, exactly. You're blaming the players for the match. Yeah, I'd love to say. Yeah, what are you going to say? Clearly, Pogba's fault, says Justice O. Mourinho has to get fired today. This is the worst display of the football I've seen. You've got Anthony Martial and Paul Pogba sat on the bench. Absolute disgrace.
Matter as well.
Well, they're the players who kept him in a job. They kept him in a job in October. Pogba, Mata and Martial.
Do you know what? As attacking players, I know they didn't play well against Valencia, but you could even say, where's Fred again? Where's Pereira again? There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. You can't even. I know it's a derby and you're supposed to get angry, but the way we're playing football, I'm so sick of saying it. We all know the problem. The people that want him in, wake up, man. Open your fucking eyes. Look at it. Absolutely look at it. They've scored the second goal. They're 2-1 up. And what have we done? Nothing. They're still coming at us, wanting to absolutely pulverise us.
Well, the thing is, what are United going to do now? Start trying because we're losing in the last... You know what? Yeah. In the last 5 minutes, Liverpool, don't sit back, Liverpool, because what all we'll do is lump it long and try and nick a draw. Ali Furbet says, £100 each subscriber, let's play for the sack, desperate times. Nicholas P. Delac going off, released Robinson to run free and give them control of the second half. Jose's a disgrace. What a brilliant tactical point that is. And Man United Boy 13 says, this is just pathetic. That's the same goal we always do in the end. 31-4 in attempts. Jose out. Plan B is already on the pitch. Plan B came on the pitch at half time. So what's Plan C? Because in my eyes, you've got to get Pogba on now, if for anything but his height, because Mourinho loves height. Chuck him on, go for it. Well, again, it's exactly that score I was talking about in the first half when we were losing to Man City 2-1, and we parked the bus because he didn't want to lose 3 or 4-1. Is he going to do the same thing again, or are we going to try and actually get something back? Well,
he did that at half time, didn't he, by bringing on Fellaini. This is it. The negative change, like that super chat just said, the comment, it changed the way we played. Delo, taking that speed off and bringing on someone who's so slow, who's only a central midfielder or a central defensive midfielder, has totally changed the complexion of how United went about this game. At least with Delo, he could track back. All right, he was on a yellow card, but at least he could have tracked back. It was a body in the way.
Where's someone coming in on the back?
Yeah. Because there's no one on the right-hand side. I've noticed that throughout the second half. There is no one on the right-hand side.
Yeah, because we've lost the lot, haven't we? And Darmian will never go forward.
Lingard's playing behind Lukaku, so that right-hand side, apart from Darmian, is completely open. So Martial's coming on there.
Which means... Have we still got another substitution as well?
Yeah, we will have, yeah. So Herrera's coming off. Martial's coming on. So, the thing is now we attack, though, because we're losing, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. But again, that's the substitution that is made too late, because the way we started in the second half, it's all been Liverpool. We lost the battle of the midfield in the second half completely, as soon as we kicked off in the second half.
Was it Shaqiri who scored?
Yeah. Yeah, we needed an outlet down that right-hand side.
Dear me.
I mean, I've not noticed Matic at all in the second half. I mean, Lukaku, what are you doing there, man? He's running the wrong way. Fellaini passes the ball.
Why is Lukaku on the pitch? I mean, if anybody can answer that one, I'd love to know. I'd love to know why he's on the pitch. He's absolutely an embarrassment. Oh God! If Salah could have got that in, it's three. It's three. Wait. It's Shaqiri. This is embarrassing for Manchester United. This has to be the end for Jose Mourinho. This is like watching a field with a swarm of cows on laxatives. It is full of shit, our defence. It is absolute. It stinks to high heaven. It is crap. Absolutely crap. And I don't know whether a group of cows is called a swarm or whatever, but it's a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Ashley Young, go and tackle him.
Yeah. Matic, look, the ball.
It's an own
Matic
goal off
just
Bay, isn't
stood
it?
there. Oh,
This has got to be the end. This has got to be the end of this clown in front of us. Jose Mourinho, pack your bags, drive home for Christmas. It's Chris Rea time. I'm not shocked, Marcus. I'm just like, I'm embarrassed. I actually am embarrassed to be a Manchester United fan because we've come out in the second half, parked the bus, shown zero intent, and still lost the game. Well, at the moment, we've lost now because we can't come back from that.
Look at him. He's clapping there in his technical. What are you clapping about?
The board should have sacked him after the Newcastle game. Well done, Gary Neville. Well done, Gary Neville, for your bloody big, massive public rant that Mourinho shouldn't have been sacked. If he'd have been sacked against the Newcastle game, who knows where we'd be now. But everybody could see this is where we were going to go if we kept Mourinho. And they kept Mourinho, they changed their mind, and here we are, putting Liverpool on top of the bloody league, being embarrassed. Embarrassed. We've now conceded more goals than we did in the entire season last season. Why is that? Because Rui Faria made Jose Mourinho relevant. And without him, he could not defend a picnic from a pack of ants. He is finished. He is a done thing. He is over. And Manchester United need to get rid of him ASAP and stop worrying about their bloody bank balance and start worrying about what this club is all about.
You can see Rashford looks absolutely shot to pieces. He's the only one that has been chasing down out that forward line all game. Martial, poor point. No communication there. Matic's just so fucking slow. I mean, Shaqiri's on a hat-trick, and he ain't been on long.
I tell you what, I did always say that Mourinho never gets smashed. Well, that might not be the case in a moment.
Yeah, we've still got a good 10 minutes to go yet, as well. Henderson's coming on. Mata's coming on. So he's ignored Pogba.
Mata's coming on.
Yeah, Mata's stripped, ready to come on. Henderson's coming on for Mane. You know what, I think the only thing Ashley Young's good for is to stand there talking to the ref. Absolute shock. Do you know what? I'd be really interested to see what Roy Keane's got to say after this.
Oh, stick up for the manager, won't he? It's on the players. It's on the The players went out and played like that, did they, in the second half? The thing is, logically, I said 3-1. I did say 3-1. I'm just fed. I'm embarrassed. I said even if we'd held on for 1-1, that was an embarrassment. Go on, shoot, Fellaini. Ow, my life. That's what you are. That is what you are. That is Manchester United's season in a fucking shot. Fellaini, edge of the box, bounces up in front of him, and he hits the bloody corner flag. Well, it's closer to the corner flag than it is the bloody goal, because that's what we are. Bloody embarrassing. So Mata's coming. If I was Pogba, I'd be quite happy that I haven't got to come on.
Yeah, at least he can't get blamed for it. So, yeah, Lingard's coming off. But Pogba's there, sat on the bench, sucking his thumb. It's an absolutely awful display from United. I didn't think things could get much worse after the Valencia game. I thought that was a terrible performance. But this to me is even worse. We've only scored because of a goalkeeper howler.
Oh, yeah.
Liverpool fans will probably say you only scored because of the rain, made his gloves slippery. But it's atrocious football. Absolutely atrocious.
Well, for one night only, Liverpool will be called Liverpool tonight because we are taking a massive L. Just embarrassed. Absolutely embarrassed. Too easy. Just too easy for Liverpool, this has been. I don't think they've got out. I think they respected Napoli way more than they've respected us. It's just shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, why is Matteo Darmian playing 90 minutes anyway? Why couldn't he put Delo at right back? You know, that's something I'm going to talk about in the match reaction as well. Why did he take Delo off to put Darmian at right back?
He could have, even when the lineup came out, Mark, he could have put Delo at left and Valencia at right.
I'll tell you what, every time they cut to Mourinho, I can't put up with him anymore. He cannot be the manager of our football club anymore. He has got to go. He's so irritating. We're 11 points off top 4 now.
Yeah, well, I think...
and we've just put bloody Liverpool back on top of the league. He'll probably say, I hope you win the league after the game, because that's the sort of out-of-touch prick we've got in charge of our club. He has not got a clue.
Yeah, top 4 is gone now, definitely. Definitely. The little bit of hope that I had clinging on to this result and performance has just absolutely killed it. But that's what Jose does. That's what he does to me. He just kills everything around him.
Don't fucking believe it. I just don't. Well, I do believe it. But I'm just so embarrassed by that second half display that.
Sir Alex doesn't look happy.
Yeah, but he ain't the one with the power to change it, is he? Woodward is, and Woodward will be like, oh, if we just had a decent centre-back, fuck off. I'm fed up of that stupid nonsense as well. I mean, you've got pretenders like Matic wandering around the midfield. Lukaku. It's been like having 10 men. Absolute embarrassment. They're a bloody embarrassment.
Chuck Darmian into that, mate. We're playing with 9.
Yeah. Fucking embarrassment. I've got super chats to read. Aidan Lefevre, every man that has scored for Liverpool has been Young's man. Where is he? Dreaming of being substituted. Robert Moore, get some paint on Jose's face and call him Coco because the man is an absolute clown. Jose out.
Oh, well, Woodward's doing a bit of a death stare here.
Pradnir Wadke says if Jose is not sacked now, it is a fucking over for this club. We're on the decline. We might as well go underground. And William NG, De Gea becoming world's best keeper for kicking the ball out of the net. Please don't sign a new contract if Jose is staying now. Jose blames Martial if he doesn't score. Oh, dear me. Dear, dear, dear. Dear, 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 dear. Dear, dear me.
I think Woodward was having a chat with Sir Bobby there, and he didn't look
Sir
happy.
Bobby never wanted him in the bloody first place.
No,
so.
yeah. I see Woodward glancing down quite a few times towards Mourinho.
Well, it's just, this is significant. This loss is significant because it's Liverpool going top of the league. It's United basically top 4 gone. It's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
And it's a significant win for Liverpool, and it's a significant loss for Manchester United. And if Manchester United want this loss to not be massively significant, then they need to change what's going on at the club. They must change this manager.
Definitely.
They must change it. I don't know. Is anybody out there? We still do get people saying it's not Mourinho's fault. It's not Mourinho's fault. Well, he's picked the tactics in this game. He's the embarrassment. I mean, they're trying to pass it in for number 4.
Yeah, even Henderson's getting a shot off. But do you know what? I've lost count of the amount of attempts Liverpool have had. But United are probably still in single digits. You just want this nightmare to be over. I mean, that is what it is. It's an absolute nightmare.
For me, the season's been over for a few weeks. We cannot get top 4. Even if you bring a new manager in, it's over. But I've said this before, people say, oh, negativity. The minute Mourinho is sacked, the optimism, as long as they appoint the right person next, this club will change. The optimism will be back. People will be patient and people will build. But whilst they stick with Mourinho, this club is dying. It really is. And until they change it, but they can change it and bring some real positivity back so quickly. I feel, I mean, I'm talking about it. I'm going to do my match reaction after this. Then we'll do the call-in. Please do call in on the call-in. That's why it's called a call-in. But please do call in because I really want to get some of your thoughts. But I'm going to be talking about this in my match reaction. But the Fellaini substitution for me was just bordering on ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Marcus, we're nearly at 90 minutes, and I know you'll be gone as soon as we end it. So, you know, does anybody get man of the match for Manchester United?
Well, I think for me, I think Bay's done quite well. You know, under the circumstances, came in 5 minutes before the game. No one else really. I mean, Rashford again. The effort is there. The desire is there. He's been chasing down very well. And to be fair to the lad, he's not really given up. So, I'm going to go Bay. I just think he's been an absolute rock. And it's just been shambolic.
I think the Ashley Young myth is gone, hasn't it? Because he probably has been at fault for, certainly I can think, definitely the first goal. Second goal he showed, it's just De Gea or Bay, says Louis. Stephen Avery will be out of prison before Jose gets sacked, says Darren Brown. And Luke Skywalker, please give us some Jose in fanboys interviews after the match. I just want to hear from the brainwashed people what excuse they have now. We won't reach top 4 and we're playing crap. It's a joke.
Oh, yeah, fan cams are going to be interesting tonight. Definitely.
Fan cams are going to be very interesting. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. Link in the video description for my match reaction straight after this. There'll be no pause. It'll be straight into that. Then we'll do the call-in. So, you know, the debrief starts here, but Liverpool have well and truly deserved this game. I'm not going to lie about it. They've absolutely deserved to win it.
And you know, Salah's just had an effort there, hit the roof of the net. You know, they're still going for it with 45 seconds to go. 36 attempts to United 6.
I'm surprised we've even had 6.
36, man. 36 attempts. Jesus. I mean, all right, they've only had 11 on target, but you know, the intent. It's the intent. Absolutely. Jeez.
I don't know whether we've got any Liverpool fans watching, but I would imagine this is much like playing Huddersfield at home. You know, I think we've put about as much effort into this game as you would see from them. It's justice so Jose man of the match because he just got a £20 million payoff. Well, he'd be very happy if he gets that, I think. Part of me thinks the club should be stubborn and not give it him, but actually it's more important that the club doesn't. Hot Fuzz 44, Jose was sacked 3 years ago to the day on December the 17th, so maybe he'd be sacked tomorrow by coincidence. Yeah, I hope so. Well, the final whistle's gone. Out. Get out my club, Jose Mourinho.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on, Marcus.
No worries, mate. Pleasure as always. Thanks for everyone in like, comments, and have a good night, all right?
Link is in the video description for my match reaction. We're going straight to that to get the match reaction. I'm going to let loose. Then we're going to do the fan calling. Then we're going to have the fan cams. And hopefully at some point we will get the news that we want, that Mourinho's been sacked. But I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And make sure you join me for the match reaction. We've got quite a few people watching. I want you all on the match reaction. And I want everybody on there for the the fan calling as well. So link in the video description or go through the homepage. I'll see you there in about 20 seconds. Cheers, pal.